Let's go live, y'all. Stream's about to start, even though I'm 20 minutes early. Like to make sure to get a notice for everybody else. Okay, let's get to the pros of why we should get Deshaun Watson. The pros of Deshaun Watson is he brings a lot more to the table than what Jimmy G brings. I mean, sure, cap space wise, he's expensive, but he can run, he can extend the plays, he's got a deep arm pass. It's kind of like too it's kind of too silly to pass on him, but the thing about him is he's actually stayed healthy for a full 3 seasons. After his rookie year, he had a torn ACL. But if you think about it, how much did they sign Jimmy G for? 27.5, but it's avoidable. Contract's avoidable because after that contract, we can get off the hooks off that contract. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on right now. Put the link in. But let me give you the cons of it. All right, he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna have some issues in the locker room. He's just gonna demand a lot. For a guy like him to demand a lot, it's just. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let me put the link in, my dude. All right, hold on, man. Finally getting my reaction out of it. Let's see what this Texans fan's got to say. Stephen Rose is a Houston fan. Of course, he's got different perspective of what he's got to say. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, Houston would be very stupid to fucking trade him. I think he's very viable. And as far as him, he'll make the offensive line look good. I mean, our offensive line is not as bad as Houston's offensive line. Their receivers, their receivers are pretty damn underrated. But if you go with the receivers we have, dude, Deshaun can make them look like fucking Pro Bowlers. Brandon Ayuk, he could be a Pro Bowler just like Hopkins. You put in Debo Samuel, oh my God, this guy will be a fucking beast. But on the cons of this situation is, can he fucking take a friendly contract? No. Is he going to be a locker room cancer? I don't know. It's been kind of like he was complaining about the GM situation and all that. Yeah, he is very dangerous. He's very mobile. He can extend the plays. He kind of gives you a lot more than what Jimmy G does, because Jimmy G, he's just more of a stationary pocket quarterback. Deshaun Watson, he's a dual threat. He'll give you a lot of plays. Oh, what's up, man? What's up, Arthur? Nah, but Deshaun Watson, he does keep plays alive, and you give him a good defense and a good supporting cast, of course he's gonna excel. Oh, there's my guy. There's the Rose over here, man.
Oh, what's up,
Yeah, it
man?
should. What's up, bro? I've kind of
Yeah,
been
that's it.
getting these questions asked. Yeah, I've been getting questions asked from my fellow fan base and a lot of people. They say, "Oh, you guys should get Watson." I don't know. We'll see.
Well, our GM, our new GM, we got from what's his face from the Patriots, just said that Watson's a Texan, but I don't know exactly what's going on because they said he hadn't talked to the front office in like 4 days. He's not answering calls or nothing, and based on what I've seen in the history of other players that have been disgruntled, it looks like this is
Another
the end
possibility.
of Watson here, and it sucks because I really like the guy a lot. I got a color rush jersey with him with his name. He's the only Texans player right now that no, I'm not lying. I mean, I'm lying on that. I got Clowney and Whitney Merciless and J.J. Watt and Cushion, and I don't have anybody else's jersey other than those guys and Watson. And to be honest with you, dude, it's gonna hurt a lot if we give up Watson unless we're getting the house. I'm talking about, Colts are offering 2021, 2022, 2023 first round draft picks. If we're not getting something around that kind of deal for the caliber that Watson offers, I wouldn't even bother answering the phone unless they're offering me 3 years of first round draft picks, because that's the only way that that this could happen, because you wouldn't just give up Watson for a second round or even a first round draft pick. Because everyone's saying, "Oh well, why don't you get the first round for Jacksonville?" Because now Jacksonville wants to say, "Hey, we'll give you a first round draft pick, and we'll give you a couple of players, and you can draft Trevor Lawrence. And I'm like, I mean, that sounds nice on paper, and it sounds legit. I mean, but the thing is, they would have to offer us a first round draft pick for at least the next 3 years. We couldn't just take this year's first round draft pick. And I understand Watson is disgruntled. I want him to stay and work it out. I love this organization, but I'm gonna say this and I'll let you talk because I've been just blabbering.
Oh no, it's cool.
If they don't give Watson weapons, if they don't give him the weapons, or if they don't give him the tools for him to do his job, like when I work at Walmart, they don't give me the tools to do my job. Then based on I know Walmart's totally different than a professional football career, but it's both a job nonetheless. If you don't give the tools to do your job, why even work there, right? Because you're going to be like, I'm going to go look for another job. So exactly. I think it would be if Watson has no weapons at all. I'm talking about at all. The dude has no weapons. There's no coaching staff that's in here. They're going to have to bring in a whole entire new coaching staff. That means rebuild. Watson's still under his 6-year deal. I get that. But if I'm Watson and I'm looking at the situation, J.J. Watt's disgruntled, issues going on in the front office. We have no legit receivers. Will Fuller fell for steroids. Bradley Roby fell for steroids. We don't really have a defense. I mean, if you're looking at all this, you're like, what is the purpose for me to be here? If I was in his shoes, I probably would request out. And it pains me to say this as a fan. We're going to go on our 20-year anniversary next year, and we're possibly going to lose both Watson and Watt on top of D-Hop, Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, all these guys who have been through the locker room that never been to an AFC Championship game, let alone a Super Bowl. And this is just going to be just another asterisk right next to the Texan organization. And it's going to show you now. Now I'm convinced that the front office is toxic, and it also goes up to the ownership as well. And I'll go ahead and let you say your piece. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna say this one more thing. 3 quarterbacks that would land in San Francisco, I think, would be very good. Number 1 is Watson. That's obviously first and foremost. So let's just get that out of the way. Number 2 is Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew Stafford would look really nice in a Niner uniform. And then last but not least, number 3, the resurgence of Carson Wentz. I think he would do good at somewhere else. I think San Francisco would be a good place. Now go ahead and let you talk. I'll mute myself.
No, that's all good, man. Yeah, dude, I think that's the possibility until Shanahan shuts down those rumors. I mean, he's been more committed to Jimmy G despite what's going on, but a lot of these rumors are just swirling like, hey, we should get Deshaun Watson and all this stuff. I mean, I just think Houston would be foolish to do this shit again. I mean, they just let Hopkins go, and they didn't get much in return, like except a second-round pick. And, dude, wouldn't that be kind of stupid if they pull off another Bill O'Brien and fucking trade Watson just for Jimmy G and just 2 first-round picks, and that's it? Wouldn't that be kind of a slap in the face?
Repeat that again.
No, but wouldn't that kind of be like a slap in the face if the Niners just give you Jimmy G and 2 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson? That's all it took?
Wow. Are those picks going to be high first-round draft picks?
Probably so, but I'm just saying, like, let's say if that was a possibility.
If I'm the Texans, I probably would take it.
I would take it. I mean, they have so many. I mean, what was your record this year? I mean,
4-12.
So you need a lot of if you get a quarterback that you can roll with for a couple of years, get yourself 2 first-round draft picks to build around. I mean, I would do it. I know a lot of Steeler fans and Steeler groups are talking about, oh, we need to get Deshaun Watson. We need to get Deshaun Watson. I know it's not going to happen. I mean, I was going to make a video about it. It's like the biggest trending subject right now is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what you told me to do. Yeah, and so I thought about it, and since a lot of people have been asking about it, like, see, the only way the Texans can do that, and plus that might be more convincing for Josh McDaniel to come over here. If he gets Jimmy G here, that's the possibility. You get Jimmy G, Josh McDaniel's coming over here. No questions asked.
But who knows? I mean, just because he requested a trade, you know what I mean? It's all speculation. Everybody's trying to get ratings and clicks and views. Even mainstream media people, Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, they're all trying to, ride off that. Just because he said he's going to request a trade, that doesn't mean Houston has to honor his trade request at the same time either. So, you know what I mean? Like, they locked him up for a reason. I mean, the dude didn't he lead the league in passing yards? So, I mean,
Yes, he did.
Houston be crazy. I mean, they would be crazy. You'd have to get a lot back for Deshaun Watson if you're gonna make that trade.
Yeah. I wouldn't entertain any offers if it wasn't at least 3 first-round draft picks. I won't even entertain it.
But not with a veteran quarterback.
Or like Jimmy G and what else?
Jimmy G, 2 first-round picks, and maybe that convinces Josh McDaniels to come over here.
Yeah, I would
Josh
do
McDaniels
that.
likes Jimmy
I
G.
would take that.
But that's just a possibility. I don't think we're gonna get him. But I've been hearing this topic going on, and it's kind of like a topic that everybody's talking about. And I'm just
I
kind
seen
of
in
giving
Steeler groups today. Deshaun Watson. I've seen it 100 times today. Deshaun Watson. We need to get this guy. I'm about to make a video and say we're not getting that damn Deshaun Watson.
Oh, dude, we're not even getting Dak Prescott either, man. Fuck that. I mean, Watson, I don't think so because Shanahan's picky. He's stubborn. I don't think he's going to go for a guy like Watson because if he didn't draft him then what makes you think he's going to do that again? It's just I think the only guy I see him going after at quarterback is drafting a quarterback. Maybe like a guy we can replace for Beathard or Mullins. I just don't think Shanahan's going to do that, you know? I
seen a mock draft today. I don't know if it was Todd McShay or Mel Kiper. I think they had you guys taking Trey Lance, actually. I could be wrong on that, but
that cornerback. We get Patrick Surtain or that what is it, that J.C. Horn guy from South Carolina. But I think in the second round, I heard that Kyle Trask might be the option that we go to since his draft stock fell off. That might be the only option I go with, but I don't think so, dude. I think it's kind of foolish. And plus, our fan base is giving up too soon on Jimmy G, man. Yeah, the guy can't stay healthy. What are we supposed to do? Are we going to get a better offensive line? Get a better offensive line. That's going to solve it.
Well, I would say this. I would give Jimmy G one more try at it. And then if he gets hurt again, then I would probably say, all right, we need to consider another direction.
That would be the smart way to go. Give him another chance, but give him some offensive line help at least.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's the only way you're going to build around Jimmy G. Last year, he did spectacular. This year, just injuries. That's it. I think with him as a starter, we've been winning games with him. Without Jimmy G, we've been losing more with Beathard and Mullins combined. So I hate to hear it. I hate to argue with my other fan base.
Jimmy G, though, at the same time. I mean, Kittle, Bosa, and I mean, all your running backs, all your receivers were hurt this year. So, I mean.
Yeah, we know how to develop running backs. For some reason, we always find these running backs off the streets, and they play pretty well. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we can pick up a guy off of Walmart to be our running back. Dude, Steven Rose can be our running back, and he could put up numbers.
Yeah, I wish.
I'm just being sarcastic.
Yeah. No, I mean it's depressing to hear about Deshaun Watson not even talking to the front office, but I kind of don't blame him. That's why, I'm not even mad at the dude. You know what I mean?
I thought you guys gave him an extension this offseason, or no?
Yeah, I think 4 years because he's like on his 4th year with us. I think right now,
and he got an extension, so. That contract can reset after his rookie year, and he'll get 4 more years after that. So he's going to get the big amount of contract.
Yeah, it's depressing, like, even addressing the Deshaun Watson deal, man. Honestly, if he goes, I don't want to – I'm never going to quit on my organization, but I'll say that I already know that it'll be a complete rebuild at that point. Like, complete rebuild. Some 3, 4, 5 year deal.
That's a shame, man.
Yeah, totally agree, JB Game Stream. No, like what he just said about the injuries that we had last year. It's kind of been devastating. We played through a lot of injuries. I think a lot of our depth is pretty good, but we just weren't able to get to the playoffs, 6 wins, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, JB, man, be sure to hit the like and subscription, bro. If you like my stream, put the bell. The more the
Yeah,
merrier, bro. I'll probably talk about your Titans.
Everybody's been blowing my shit up on Facebook today. They're like, "Did you hear about Deshaun?" I'm like, "Bro, I was at work at Walmart, and I was already having a bad day." Like, look, I work for a shitty ass place like Walmart. And let me tell you something. Working at Walmart and dealing with dickhead managers all fucking day, dude. It's like the Texans front office. So I can understand for my shitty ass fucking job when they don't give you the tools to do your job well. It's the same thing with Deshaun. And so based on that even though we have two different job fields, but we're going like I can understand his situation because of my situation at Walmart. So even though it's two different careers, but still, I mean, or two different jobs or two different, but still, I can understand his frustration with the front office, with management. So if he wants to be traded, I totally understand. I wouldn't even be mad. I'm not really mad. I'm just disappointed in the ownership and also in the front office.
Yeah, they didn't communicate with Watson. I thought they agree on him meeting the general manager candidates before he makes that decision. So
yeah, he had
that's
to say so. And they just hired O'Du, and he didn't even like have a say. They just completely cut him off.
Yeah, slap in the face.
I mean, that's like any job, though. You got asshole managers that don't know what they're doing. I mean, I work construction. You get some yo-yos working construction, junkies, drug addicts. You get all kinds of wild people. You work construction. That's all I know.
You get some douchebag supervisors who can be pushy at you and not treat you with respect. That's how some organizations can be like. They can treat you like crap and do bargain shit. They don't look at your worth. That's the problem with these type of situations in this work world. But Deshaun Watson, he's the highest paid at his position, but he feels disrespected because he's not getting some say so, If he's gonna run the team, he wants to get the guys he's feel comfortable with. Like he wants Eric Bieniemy as the head coach, and if he gets it, maybe it will work out itself. So, what do you think of Eric Bieniemy? You think that's the guy you guys want to get?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his asking price is. I heard supposedly he was asking for a lot, or his contract value is going to go up, and especially if they win another Super Bowl.
Especially with his value, yeah, it's going up higher. Like I think Eric Bieniemy is ascending because the way he's doing play calls and some people may say, oh, he might just end up like the other head coach, not Patterson, but what's the other dude, the one with the Bears?
Yeah,
I forget his name.
Nagy.
Oh, Nagy. There you go, Matt Nagy. There you go. Because he was a good play caller for the Chiefs, and he didn't do. He did okay with the Bears. I don't know. Maybe that might be the same shit.
Who's Bieniemy coach for?
Chiefs offense coordinator.
Oh,
okay. He was Adrian Peterson's running backs coach back then.
Oh shit. Yeah, I always hear his name floating around.
Yeah, his last name is pretty cool. You better be by the enemy. I heard Arthur Smith's another guy on the candidate list as an offensive coordinator. Like he could be head coach. Would you take him?
Yeah.
You can have Randy Fichtner if you want.
Oh. Hey, you get a fat slob taking head coaching job. You get another Mike McCarthy. You get a Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, but I know once Watson leaves, it's a total rebuild. That's why, like if he's leaving, you better get a first round draft. You better if you don't got a top 5 draft pick and you ain't drafting a quarterback right after the fact, then yeah, we're gonna be downhill for years. We'll be down in the shit for a while.
And rookie quarterbacks don't produce overnight. They take a while. Some of them take a while to develop.
That's true. Look at Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield had a breakout rookie year, slump year. This year, he's actually ascending back to where he was. You get one of those.
He had a good year. He had a good year. Maybe not yards wise, but interception touchdown ratio was really good. Completion percentage, quarterback rating.
So, what do you think of Sam Ehlinger going into the draft? Do you think he's worth the risk or not really?
Sam Ellinger. Who's he play for? Does he play for
Texas.
Texas? I don't know, dude. If you can't win the Big 12, I don't know. You should be able to light it up. I think if you're a quarterback in the Big 12, you should be able to light it up because they don't play too much defense in the Big 12, to be honest, man. So I think
So
Kyle Trask's probably better than him. I think
Mac
probably
Jones is good.
Mac Jones is probably better than him, and I think who knows, Bo Nix might be half decent. I don't think he's coming into the draft, but I think Bo Nix. I don't think he had a kind of a down year, but Bo Nix I think can be decent, especially next year. And then who's that
Yeah.
quarterback for Georgia? Jamie Newman. Is Jamie Newman going into the draft? Do you know, or is he coming
I don't
back?
think so. I think so. Yeah. Didn't he go to Wake Forest or no?
He's Georgia's quarterback. Did he? I think
Well,
he
he's Georgia's
opted out.
quarterback.
He opted out this year. I think I think that's one of whoever's Georgia quarterback is.
And
I
then
know.
you got the boomer bust with Justin Fields, which these Ohio State quarterbacks haven't panned out lately. So I don't know. That's
Yeah,
that's a risk taking. You're hoping he could be your next Deshaun Watson. That's all you can hope for.
I mean, I was
But I don't
trolling a
think he
little
will.
bit with my Ohio State hate videos, but I mean, Justin Fields is really good. But it is true though that Ohio State really, their quarterbacks they don't pan out. But I
They're
think
trash.
Justin Fields will be good.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's what everybody said
Justin
about Dwayne
Fields goes.
Haskins, man. What happened to Dwayne Haskins?
That's
He
true.
couldn't last 2 years in the NFL, and he was good too. He put up some better numbers than Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, Ohio State it's really about running the ball and playing defense. They always have great running backs. Ohio State.
Maybe by inflated competition, I guess that's probably what
Didn't Eddie
tricks it.
George play? Didn't Eddie George play or no?
Yeah, he played
Yeah,
for
he played
Ohio
in Ohio
State.
State. Yeah,
Yeah,
Carlos
Ezekiel
Hyde did
Elliott,
too.
yeah,
J.K.
but
You got
Dobbins.
my favorite
and
is
Carlos Hyde.
Maurice Clarett. That dude was a beast.
Oh yeah, the one the Broncos drafted. Oh, that
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, he was good. They got another running back coming out of Ohio State that's supposed to declare like probably in another couple years.
Sermon or Master Teague?
I think Master T.
Yeah, Master
Sherman
Teague's
is.
good.
I think Sherman's going to declare the draft.
Yeah.
He's a senior, I think.
Yeah, he was good this year. Master Teague, I think, is pretty damn good too, man.
For some reason, Ohio State knows how to develop these running backs. Dude, they know how to make the best out of these RBs.
That's the thing. The high school recruits out of Ohio, they have I think it's like a top 10 recruiting state in high school recruits, Ohio. And I mean, dude, it's like my whole thing is trolling Cleveland, and like that's going to be my new thing is trolling Ohio because, dude, it's like a cult. Ohio State fans are like a cult, dude. They're die-hard people from Ohio when it comes to Ohio State, man. Die-hard.
But then there's some that like Michigan also and some others, but mostly in Ohio, they like all that Ohio State stuff.
Yeah, Michigan, they got a diehard fan base too. I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. Like Penn State, they got like 110,000 people in their stadium. Same with Michigan, they got like 105,000, 110,000, something like that. It's crazy, man. It's fanatical. Big Ten, that Midwest. I mean, they're real big into their college football more than NFL. Probably kind of like same with the SEC. Them SEC boys like college football more than the NFL, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got more of those Arizona State Sun Devils that are more passionate about the team more than the Cardinals are. I mean,
Yeah.
that's reality. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, how could you be passionate about the Arizona Cardinals? I mean, let's be honest.
I had them
Yeah.
being the 7th seed, but they fell apart at the end.
dude, they were laughing at me when I told them about, hey, Cardinals are going to fall apart because they're going to adjust on Murray a little bit. He's going to be adjustable. He's going to be
But-
slowing down. Offense is going to be hard. It's going to be like a slowing down. Defensively, they've been having weakness all season, but it was a matter of time of them getting exposed, you know?
Yeah,
That's
but
how
the
I
thing
saw
is,
it.
I would have rather see Arizona playing the Saints than the Bears. That's gonna be a
Well, the
shitty
Bears are
matchup.
trash. Oh, yeah.
Who the
Bears are
fuck
probably
wants
going
to
to get
watch
smoked.
Mitchell Trubisky or Nick Foles
Oh,
with
God.
the Bears who barely got in that shouldn't even be in?
I think the Cardinals would have gave Saints more of a problem with Murray, but it is what it is. I mean, people were talking about last year the Saints should advance all the way to the divisional playoffs when they lost to the Vikings. Shit happens. Oh, we lit. What's up, brother? You want in, Big Simple? I'll let you in. He's got it. His Washington football team's in the playoffs, so maybe we can talk about his team.
Yeah, but I was gonna ask him, is what's his name starting? Alex Smith, or what's going on with that?
I think somebody told me Alex Smith, but I'm not 100% on that.
Let's see what Big Simple's got to
What
say.
about
Maybe he'll
Jared
come
Goff?
to the stream.
That's questionable, from what I heard about Goff.
Yeah, Goff has a broken thumb, so maybe he might just miss the game. So they're gonna go with that quarterback, Wolford or whatever his fucking name is. He's like a 5'11" quarterback, kind of the
Is it
same size
Alex
as Russell
Smith
Wilson.
or Goff? If they're both out, that's going to diminish the playoffs. That's going to, you know.
But what separates Washington is their defense. But can they actually hold on to Tampa Bay's offense? That's going to be the question. Okay, I got to guess. I got the Big Simple here. Let's see what he's got to say, man. So
What's up, y'all?
So what's the update, man?
What's up?
So what's the update on Alex Smith, bro? What's up?
Dude, I heard we might start our backup quarterback, Heineke.
So he's ruled out then? Smith's ruled out? Damn.
Hey, he ain't fully. It's like maybe tomorrow they'll see what's going on, but Heineke probably be the starter.
Damn.
Dude, a lot of
Is
teams
he
that can't even
good?
catch a break. Look at the Rams.
Is he any good?
But I read it for because Alex Smith can't move back there, man. When I first seen him, man, he just couldn't move back there, because all the other stuff that's been going on, we've been through a lot, man. As Washington, especially with Washington, man, been through a lot of stuff, man. Quarterback changes, all that stuff, man. Our coach having cancer, Hey, they battling a lot of stuff right now. When it comes down to it, overall, if we do beat the Buccaneers, I wouldn't be shocked if we did, because we battle, man. One thing about Washington this year, they did a lot of battling this year, and nobody suspected us to get to this point, So that's the good thing,
Yeah.
We got a bright future, man. We got a bright future. We know what we have, I say we're about a couple of players away, and from there,
Quarterback away.
I'm not going to be too delusional about a lot of stuff, but Washington been up and down, sometimes when it comes down to it.
It's due to cap space. They overspend players too much. That's been holding them back from time to time. But if they build the way they're building it, they're just a few players away from maybe just having 10 or 11 plus wins and maybe make a push to the championship game.
Oh,
That's
I
yeah.
remember when they gave Hainsworth, I think his name was. Didn't you guys sign Hainsworth to that like major contract a while ago? I remember.
Albert Hainsworth.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was terrible, man. $100 million worth of nothing.
Yeah.
That was tough, man. When I seen
We did the
that,
same thing with Mario Williams.
oh my God.
Oh, yeah. That dude was overpaid.
And then
Yeah.
Buffalo did the same thing.
We did it with Nate Clements.
Man. But now,
That's what I'm scared about the Steelers. I don't want them to give Bud Dupree a big contract and then him not be the same. Then we'll be fucked.
yeah, man. But Steelers got a stable. They got a stable philosophy over there, man. So I wouldn't be too afraid over there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too afraid.
I'm fine with letting Bud Dupree walk and just rolling what we got. Lock TJ up, lock Minka up, and lock Devin Bush up. And we got our defensive line locked up. So we go secondary, get some help on the offensive line. I think we'll be good moving forward.
Yeah, y'all gonna be good, man. One thing
I think
They
I think
got
the
some.
one we can't afford to lose is Trent Williams because Trent Williams actually is more viable at that spot, at the tackle spot. So letting him go would be a big loss because it's going to be hard to replace him. And I think anything. I mean, you can let other players go, but I think Trent Williams brings a lot more to the game, and he's proven that he hasn't lost a step yet. He's actually making a comeback, and he deserves his contract. So I think he's well deserved. Maybe give him a multi-year contract. Just stay put him into those young offensive linemen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because Trent Williams, man, I know all about him, man. He's going to stay healthy if anything, comes his way. He doing this thing, man. Trent Williams, more than anything, he can definitely get a major contract, man. At his at his age, you know, he can definitely get a contract.
Yeah, at this point, he just wants to get a final big contract, and I think letting him go will be a big mistake because there's no other option. I mean, you're gonna play an unproven lineman that we got in our depth chart. He doesn't look good. I mean, Justin School looks terrible. Dude, even my niece can run right through for that guy. He can't block. So I think with Trent Williams, he adds more valuable. He's a good mentor. I mean, he's still got plenty more years left in him. He just wants to compete for a championship and maybe retaining somebody like I like Jason Verrett when he's healthy. He's good. Um, as far as Jordan Reed, I'd take another flyer on him. Give him another year. See if he can stay healthy for once. I mean, he did show some production.
True, true. Yeah, because Jordan Reed, I know he been getting banged up a lot. I'm just glad he's surviving over there with the 49ers. You feel me? Because his
Yeah,
career, you know, his career been dealing with a lot of injuries. You know, so I just want him to have success. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Based by the way he was playing when healthy, he is a hell of a player. It's just been injuries that's been holding him back. So it's like I do like him as that go-to number two tight end, but depending on it, I think he's going to be a cheaper signing. He'll probably take another reasonable contract. Maybe we keep him for another year or two, and then maybe if he decides to retire, it's understandable because of the concussion. So I can respect that because if you have multiple concussions and 7 concussions throughout your career, that can be a concern. Right
Right,
there, you can have CTE or something like that.
right. Because if he take one more hit like that, you just don't know how he's gonna react. How his body gonna react or how his mind gonna react from it. So I just hope he don't get hit. Just stay, just don't get hit. Don't get hit. It's hard to say that for a tight end because they going across the middle half of the time. So
They're gonna take the hits. Yep.
yeah, so they got to take hits.
Yeah, they got to withstand those hits and actually stay healthy throughout those games. And see, Washington, they do have the right direction to build around. The defense is going to remain solid. I mean, offensively, you got a good receiver, Terry McLaurin. You build him around. He's going to be a top 5 receiver in the next couple of years. I mean, he's already up and coming, so he's going to be one of those top 5 guys in next year. He'll probably even move up to the top ranks. I think
Right,
he's really good.
right. Awesomeness.
What's up, Awesomeness? Want to go in, Awesomeness? I'll let you in. Let you both go in. You guys can go chit chat your matchup, man. I know you guys feel pumped up about it this year.
Yeah, man, it feels good to talk about playoffs in the since 2015. I tell you that much. Because shit,
Yeah, it's been a long time. Like the last time you guys made the playoffs, you guys won with who was the quarterback you guys won with? It wasn't Bernal. It was wasn't it like Grossman or who?
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, there you go, Kirk Cousins. See, I get it mixed up, man. I remember you guys had different kind of quarterbacks before
Man,
Cousins. You had
we had different quarterbacks every week, every
I get it
day.
mixed up, man. I remember you guys had Grossman, You had Grossman. You had Mark Brunell
Yeah,
for that. Yeah, he came for a short time again.
yeah,
Then you had some other journeyman quarterbacks like Gus Farrat and some of the other cats.
yeah.
Like,
Jason
yeah.
Campbell and
Oh yeah, Jason Campbell. Yeah,
I think we messed up on Jason Campbell though, just a little bit because he got too many. He had too many offensive coordinators at the same time, and
and that ruins a career right there.
yeah, that's no way to treat a quarterback. One offensive coordinator. Let's just try that.
Especially if you're going to get a new coaching staff, they always want to change coordinators because they want to get their own guys. So that might be the difficult transition. Like
Right.
it's happened with Alex Smith, so I can understand how that's kind of tough. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Rodgers was in that situation, he would have a difficult adjustment of learning this offense quickly.
True.
I mean, you can look at guys. I mean, you can look at a lot of quarterbacks who keep getting different offenses. Like I think with Blake Bortles, I think he was struggling with a lot of different play callers, and that's probably where he's at now. He's just more of a backup now because of how Jacksonville treated him.
True that. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think guys like Stafford, they've been remaining really good because they've been keeping the same amount of offense coordinators for their time period. Like even with different coordinators, he was able to still adjust with those play callers. I mean,
Right.
you don't see that much with quarterbacks these days. Yeah. I mean, Derek Carr, he's been going through ups and downs, but he's been able to adjust from the fly, a little bit here and there. You got those kind of quarterbacks. I mean, Phillip Rivers, he's done it for years.
True. True.
Yeah.
Because Phillip Rivers, the good thing about Phillip Rivers, when he get around a good team, he always found his same offense coordinator some type of way. I don't know how that is, but he finds a way to stay in the same system.
Yeah, he has to find something that fits his offense. Like, I guess you got to give credit where it's due for Brady. I mean, for him playing for that same exact offense for 20 plus years, it takes a hard adjustment to learn a different offense under Bruce Arians. I got to give
Oh,
credit where it's due there.
oh yeah, because Bruce Arians, he liked to throw that thing downfield.
Yeah,
He
and Brady isn't that kind of quarterback.
right, and he got Brady had they throw Brady didn't have the arm no more to actually throw it downfield. So I guess he proved
Exactly.
everybody wrong by just throwing that thing downfield. But I think that's going to work to our strength for this game because I'm trying to see how they're going to block Chase Young and Montez Sweat and all these other Allen and Payne, hold them for like almost down there 5 seconds or maybe 6 seconds to throw a bomb. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I just don't see. I don't see how they're going to do that, man. I
It's going to be
really
a tough matchup. It's going to be a really tough matchup. I mean, I think your defensive line is one of the best, like by far, like top 5 good one. I mean, Monte Sweat's an up and coming guy that you guys drafted last year, and then you drafted Chase Young, who's actually the rookie of the year conversation. He's a phenomenal beast. That's another one, yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
man,
No, I
Arthur,
was just laughing what Arthur said. What's up, man?
not much. Shoot.
So what were we gonna say?
But like what I was gonna say, I said but like for y'all, you feel me? 49ers now. For the 49ers, what y'all think y'all should do? I believe y'all, if y'all had, I just say this, if y'all was healthy this season, it's no doubt that y'all will be in the playoffs right now. You feel me?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
y'all had so many injuries, man.
It's
I
hard to
think,
overcome.
yeah, ain't no way, man. That was just like the
Especially
Eagles and them. You can go ahead, CG, brother.
oh my bad, bro. Huh. I was gonna say, yeah, dude. Especially with all these injuries, it's like it's hard, dude. And especially if you can't invest the offensive line, dude, that's gonna be the major problem. If you want to keep Jimmy G healthy, when healthy, he's actually been winning games. And when you give him some time in the pocket, he can play his best. I mean, he's not gonna give you the gaudy stats and all that. He's gonna probably do enough to manage the game. He's not gonna be your Drew Brees kind of quarterback. He's not gonna put up the numbers. If you give him the right supporting cast with better offensive line, but I think he just has the better chance to win the same amount of games he had last year. Like 2019, he was excelling because he had a good supporting cast. Before, I mean, all the injuries, it just started killing him, started derailing him. So I can agree with what you're saying there. I mean, a healthy team makes a difference, but
Right. And what you think about Deshaun Watson though? Y'all think y'all got a chance to get him?
to be completely honest with you, man, realistically, I just don't see it happening. I just be hearing a lot of these questions from a lot of my fan base, and a lot of people be like thinking, oh, you guys should get Watson. What do you guys think? I should acquire him and stuff like that. I just think that if, in order for us to acquire him, it's going to take a hefty price. We have to give up a lot of draft capital, and we probably got to give up some good players to get him because he's really good. Even with this kind of offensive line we got, it can't be any worse than the Houston Texans line. And our receiving core is very good too. So I think it would be a win-win for us if we did get him. It benefits
That
us, but not really.
that's true, man. Because a lot of people saying that about us, even though we got the defense and all that, but we still got to plug more holes. You know, like we got to plug more holes. Like I believe we need to work on that linebacker position a little bit more because I just don't, I don't trust Boston as much. He's good, but he's not great. We looking for that net like a Luke Kuechly type of guy, but he don't have to be as great as Luke Kuechly. You know what I'm saying? Like because Chase Young is going to be that captain. We already know that Chase Young is going to be the captain. Point blank period. That the whole defense. He going to keep that team motivated. That defense motivated on every play. But we looking for that middle linebacker that's going, plug the hold up, stop the run and play coverage. Mostly
Yeah,
play
you
coverage.
want to you want to get that kind of guy. You want to get your Fred Warner. You want to get your Bobby Wagners of the world because they can cover and do well on sideline to sideline. I mean, Duke Kuechly is one of the better examples too. But you want to get that Patrick Willis who could be the game changer. That's what you need.
Yeah, just imagine a middle linebacker that's a little decent and grind. Like if you have like a young middle linebacker learning, maybe just learning slowly but surely behind Chase Young, all these other guys, they'll say, okay, this will work. This will work because he can find ways to actually, I just don't know who that guy going to be though right now. So it's important. We just don't know yet.
Yeah,
And
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that you guys are in the top draft spot. You guys might have to trade up to get somebody like Mika Person or whatever his name from Penn State. He's a pretty raw linebacker.
yeah, yeah, we might have to do something like that. Something like that. Trade up to get a middle linebacker or something because we get one of those. I feel a little better because it's another guy that's shocking everybody on our defense, and this the safety Curl. number 31. He's doing real well when it comes down to tackling and covering. He was a seventh round. He was a seventh round, and it shocked me, man. He shocked me, man. The way he played is out of this world, man. Maybe it got to be a little bit with Chase Young, but the way he played way better than Landon Collins. When Landon Collins went down, he played way better than Landon Collins, man. So that's a good thing. But I can't judge him by the second half of the season. But what he did in the second half of the season is unbelievable, man. You would think he played the whole season, but not really.
Yeah, it takes time for those players to elevate. I mean, but Landon Collins, man, like the way he plays at times, you would think he's more like a linebacker the way he plays the game, but people forget that he's a safety. I mean, you guys did pay him a pretty hefty price in free agency, and then
Yeah,
you realize you got some guys like Curl who could probably be a better option.
right.
Like for example, Quan Alexander, we overpaid his ass, and he didn't pan out. So we got a guy in the fifth round named Dre Greenlaw who's actually doing a lot better. He covers better. He plays the game smart. He doesn't risk too many injuries. Plays it smart.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've been finding those late round gems for some reason. He's like one of those blue chip guys that we found. He actually replaced Alexander's role this year. He did took over Malcolm Smith's job during his rookie year. He did take him to that spot, and he played Sam. Now he's moving to Will, so he's pretty good. Drake Greenlaw, number 57. He's actually the most underrated player on our team. People may give Fred Warner the hype, but people don't understand that Drake Greenlaw is like one of those guys that makes the plays too. He's clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Sometimes you find those late round gems and they turn out good, just like the guy you were talking about, that safety you guys got from the seventh round. He might just be
Yeah.
that kind of guy you get.
Yeah. And he's on this rookie deal, so that makes it a little bit easier, to see. Okay, now what we gonna do with Landon Collins? That's gonna be the whole key. If they gonna put him at linebacker, or they gonna keep him and set him up for like blitz packages or something.
I
See what
think
he's
if
worth for.
Yeah, I think at this point, if he's a lot heavier at his position, if he's about 220, I think you guys should just move him to linebacker. Maybe you get some good run stopper right there, and he can probably make some plays in coverage as a linebacker. Maybe that's your best bet there.
True, true. Wait, man.
Oh, my bad, bro. But yeah, yeah, dude. I think Washington, they're just proving the people wrong. I mean, I didn't really have them as like chosen as the division winners. I actually was kind of like leaning towards the Cowboys because of their talent, but they're overrated. So let's be honest about that part. But I
Yeah,
mean, I'm glad that the Washington football proved me wrong. I mean, I just wasn't quite sure if they were going to be the thing, because I've seen a lot of their change of the culture, the toxic, all that shit, and I'm like thinking, I don't know, maybe they might do better, but we'll see. And
right.
you guys did change the culture a little bit better.
We did, man. We like I can say about this gotta be. I'm gonna just say this. In my last 20 years of actually watching Washington, I feel like this was the best season I've seen so far from them, because they've been doing so. Do I think Jay Gruden would have got us through this? Nope. I do not want to see. I did not want to see Jay Gruden get through this. I did not see Jay Gruden getting through this situation. Well, Washington, I think we'd be 0-16 if Jay Gruden was on this team. But
Because of the
I
toxic players didn't respect him. That's the only difference. I can see why a lot of players were like throwing him on the bus a lot.
yeah, yeah, man. And it was terrible, man. Like this season was one of the best seasons. Even though it was a 7-9 season, even if we didn't make it to the playoffs, I felt like this was the best season. I seen them actually grind hard in every game. They played hard in every game. Even though it don't look like it on the scoreboard, they played hard every down, man. And that's the first time I seen that in a long time. I
Yeah,
think I haven't seen that since Sean Taylor, left. You feel me? Rest in peace, his soul. You feel me?
he was a really good safety. Like he was a game changer. This guy was a devastating loss. I didn't even know that it happened until they reported that news about him getting shot at his own place, and that's what happened. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, you know. But as far as like Ron Rivera, bro, people love to play for that guy, and that's what it is, bro. Like if you get a coach like that, they're gonna play for this guy. Jack Del Rio, people like to play for Jack Del Rio. So you guys got people that people respect. So that's why I like the way you guys change your culture. You guys want to get some serious coaches that people want to play for.
Right, right, man. Because it was it this was a big step for us, man. Like this year was the big and letting go all the other stuff except for Dan. I wish Dan Snyder could have left too, but we can't replace Dan Snyder right now. But everybody else that was real toxic, they gone. You know, so that's the good thing. We in the right spot, and we hoping that our future can keep going. You know, until then.
Yeah, the most important thing is like when you know to get rid of the players who are not producing. If you have the opportunity to clean up cap space, might as well. I mean, it's better to do that so you can get some better players and hopefully they pan out better than those last players you paid money for. You know, I mean, we just haven't been good in free agency. Like as far as like signing these guys, I thought Deep Ford was worth the money, but he just hasn't proven it. He can't stay healthy. He's been having knee problems. He was good in Kansas City, but just didn't prove it. Quan Alexander, I had a feeling signing him was a risk because he came off an ACL injury. I thought that was a dumb pickup because even though he is good in coverage, he kind of shows some decline in his tackling is kind of like the most suspect. Like you can see why we did go with Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw doesn't miss as much tackles. He makes the plays. He's very consistent. I kind of like was not surprised about this trade. I said, hey, if we can get rid of Alexander, that's good because we can clear up cap space and get some other players. And Dre Greenlaw is just a better player. I think he does better tackling. He's more consistent. He's cheaper. So that's a smart move, you know. You like what you see out of Dre Greenlaw, you might as well let him play, be the starter of the rest of the season, and let him be your will for next year.
Right,
I
right.
mean, you don't find much of these guys in the fifth round or late rounds as your starters like that. Especially, you're going to hear a lot about this linebacker Dre Greenlaw, number 57. You'll hear about him more. He's a good player.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he came from a good story where he was like in foster care. So this guy went through tough times, but he made it to the big leagues, and he didn't give up. So that's what I like about these kind of stories. Kind of show you how much that person is as a human being, what he went through. He shows that he can still survive and prove everybody wrong. Nobody thought he would make it, but he did.
Right, right.
And that gives you good inspiration. If you're in that situation like him, it proves that you still have a chance. You know, that's the good part.
Yeah, because when you show that you got that grit, man, you just ain't worrying about too much. You trying to tug your way, you know, out of a bad situation. You know, you praying every day that things get well. You know, you looking for positive. You first off, it's like you looking for positive people, and that's what it's all about. You hang around the right group of guys, the right group of people, and maybe you can have, I'm not gonna say you can it's like if you hang around the right group of people, it's all about you know who you really hang around. Okay, like say okay, I want to just hang around this certain group of guys that ain't gonna do too much. Lay back, chill, and do whatever. And but the other part of it, you know, you got this other group that want to do other things like drugs, everything. Just put it all out there. But ain't at the end of the day, it's all who you talk to. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
It's all
depends
who
on
you
the
talk.
people you surround yourself with. I mean, of course you want to be around better people, but sometimes the people you surround yourself is the people you probably grew up with that are in that bad situation. Sometimes you
Yeah,
want to be that better person for them, but it doesn't always pan out for you if you surround yourself with them. I mean, sure,
it
it's
don't.
kind of like, hey, yeah, you want to look out for them, but at the same time, it's not worth the risk when you're doing something on the bigger path and you want to better yourself.
Right, right. And that's what it's all about, man. Like, I had my fair shares of having a lot of fun. Even though I'm still young, I'm still young, 20, 28. Working on 29. Almost hitting that 30 mark, but hey, I'm still 20.
Oh, you're
28,
younger,
29.
bro. You're younger than me.
Yeah. So the good thing is, I still got a lot of time to just have fun, do my thing. But I know I'm getting older as time flies by. But
Yeah, trust me, man. When you get in your 30s, man, that's gonna be the more pain in the ass.
yeah, you're gonna say, "Oh shit, I waste
I
time."
mean,
Look at this.
enjoy your 20s, man. But once you hit your 30s, man, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, you say time up. Wait a minute.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
I, yeah, I guess you're like 2 years younger than me, so I would say I would be 31 by March. So yeah, I'm getting up in age a little bit. Yeah, I was an athlete, so I did play some high school ball, played in the semi football league, played some multiple positions. I did play some guard, center, tackle, did play some defensive tackle, DN, played a little bit of everything, kickoff return, did a little bit like on the kickoff squad, played about everywhere. I mean,
Okay.
for a
Okay.
yeah, for a guy like my size, I did play some versatility, did play a little bit of everything. So football's mostly been my life a little bit, but lately I've been stepping down from the game and kind of like thought of the brighter side. I don't want to be selfish and put my wife in this situation to where I had to like be the reason why we're struggling. Didn't want to put myself in that situation. So I thought like, since I had an injury and it was seriously like like a big time. Yeah, I made a dumb mistake. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So it was like a couple years ago, like when I was 29. So
Right.
I guess what I did was so stupid was I was so excited, jump like a little kid, skip a little bit, and then broke my ankle, which was ridiculous. Like I don't know how the hell that happened. You know how these floors and these accidents, it can be an awkward landing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it still lingers me to this day, man. This injury is no joke, man. Like it kind of takes away the ability like it used to be. I'm not as fast as I once was, but man, that injury took a toll on me, and I was the one suffering because I had to pretty much see my wife do all the work, and I had to be the one sidelined for months, for a long time, and it made me push harder to get back to my job. Made me push harder.
Right.
So yeah, that's how the thing is. I've learned to get
Yeah,
up through
man.
these injuries. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you, man. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Just
Yeah.
keep on battling, man. That's all it takes, man. Keep on pushing. That's what it's all
Keep
about,
on
man.
pushing, keep on grinding. Yeah, keep on pushing, keep on grinding. I mean, I've been kind of showing a little bit significant improvements with the leg, a little here and there, but it's just not the same. I don't have that explosion burst like I did. I mean, I was pretty quick off the kickoff, man. Like when they kicked the ball, I was able to run from the sideline and take the returner down quickly. And some of the guys on the sidelines be like, "How the fuck did you do that shit?" I don't know. I was just a little quick off the
Right,
line. And then like
right.
And then there was a time where that mobile quarterback was running, and I was playing D tackle. And I guess for some reason he didn't even see me from behind, and I just chased him from behind, and he went all the way down from the sideline. And I guess one of the guys on the sideline on my team, he was like saying, "How the fuck did you just get this guy? You were like 20 yards behind him, and he was scrambling, and you just chased him from behind. Like how the fuck you did that?" And I'm like, dude, because I got a little burst, little quickness. I mean, I play as fast as what people would say, but most people will look at me and say, I don't think you're that fast." No, I play like a hustle. I'm a little quick off the line a little bit.
True that. True that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it takes a
Okay.
lot of hustle. Takes a lot of hustle, a lot of dedication. You put the work in, you show some effort, you show some heart. People are gonna respect that. So that's what I love about the game. I do like the position tight end because I think it's one of the most fun positions that people don't talk about as much till this era. Before that, you had Tony Gonzalez, like one of the best tight ends. And I always thought in my own head, like, I want to be the next Tony Gonzalez. But they always put me in offensive line, and I hated that. I said, fuck that shit. Fuck the position. I wanted to be like the guy who caught the ball, scored touchdowns, all that.
That's true. That's true, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. Well, for me, I did a lot of crazy stuff. So I wanted to play football, but my mind wasn't on it. You feel me? It just wasn't on it. So I was like, man, I had to do a lot of I did a lot of crazy stuff. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
nobody's
just say,
perfect, man.
you know, it's sometimes you just when you're doing a lot of skipping school and all that other stuff, it was kind of tough. It was kind of tough on me, at the time being, but I got through it. I got through it because, you know, I said, you know what? My grandmother helped me out. My grandmother, she helped me out so much throughout my throughout my teen years. So it was kind of tough on me a little bit for like two more years after, and then I had to get my own money, my own job at the time being. But I didn't drop out or nothing. I went back to school. The good thing, I went back to school and actually just finished school, and then after this, after that, I just I said, well, you know what? I talk about football so much. I need to go ahead and my grandma said you need to go ahead and do YouTube. Talk about football on YouTube. And I said, well, I mean, it ain't going, because I ain't suspect nobody to do football on YouTube, talk about it or nothing. So I just went on and did it, and from there I just had fun and did it. I said. Everybody came. I say about two people came on my channel. Like Cowboys Act Factor is one of them. Cowboys Act Factor. He came on my channel. He was like one of my first ones, and then Skins fan saw me. Skins fan all day. He saw me. You know. So people started recognizing me when I started talking about my Redskins. So I said, let me keep on doing. Let me keep on doing it. Because it was giving everybody, it was giving everybody some joy, and I was adding in at the time, and I'm back doing the things that I love doing, just having fun, on YouTube, and that's one thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have fun with people, connect with people. That's one thing about me. I want to connect with a lot of people. Just get to know who they are and how they doing. I'm a good person. I'm not trying to hurt nobody feelings on YouTube or nothing. I'm not looking for nothing, man. Nothing, man. I just want to have fun. Everybody just come on to my channel and just chill, and talk football, talk whatever. It can be anything. So
Oh yeah,
that's
man.
how.
Like most definitely. Yeah. Like when I first started coming over on YouTube, man, it was just based by watching what these people did on the TTC. I started watching a lot of these trash talkers, and I'm like thinking, man, like since I've done this on the Facebook community where I wasn't trash talk like groups back then, I was pretty much those guys that people just had some tendency to fucking run me off, and then I just had little troll games here and there. And then a lot of people from the TTC community started like telling me, I guess some people I was friends with, they're like saying, dude, you got the skills. You could talk out of your mouth, bro. People would fucking go at you and fucking hate you. You're like the villain. You're like the I guess they were telling me I was more like I didn't want to go too far off, but sometimes the way my mouth does it rubs them the wrong way. I don't even go personal. Like it kind of rubs them a little bit a wrong way, but I don't ever bring family, none of that. I know my limits. I don't even have to play there. So I only did it just to check out what they had to offer. So I watched a lot of the videos and I started thinking maybe this is exactly what I'm supposed to be. Maybe this is my purpose, but maybe not to a personal way. Keep my lane and just stick with sports. But I like to be known as a friendly guy. I don't want to be known as that guy that people just have a despise on and be like, "Man, fuck this guy. This guy's a douchebag. He's a fucking arrogant punk." I mean, this guy did whatever he did on his fucking team and all this. I did it for the fucking whatever controversial shit. I don't like. I made a dumb mistake. I kind of just don't like I don't like to live with it, Like it is what it is. And that platform just giving me an opportunity to just spend more time to meet people here. I like to interact with a lot of people, whether you're a Washington fan or a Cowboys fan, Raiders fan, I don't care. I mean, as long as you guys can talk positive and keep it sport related, then we're good. I mean, I don't like the trash talk all the time. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, oh, fuck your team, all this shit. Nah, we can talk about your team and see what they got to offer and see what they can do. I mean, I like to hear your perspective about your team. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, fuck your team." No, no, no. I like the Redskins. I mean, the Washington football. I like what they do. They got a good defense. They got a good culture. If they just, if Dan Snyder just keeps his shit together, I think you guys are built for the long haul.
Right, right.
I mean,
And
yeah,
then when Dan Snyder, stay out the way, and we maybe can say, okay, Dan Snyder, come on down, you can get your trophy. You feel me, or something like that. That's your only time you supposed to come down. No time soon. You don't need to talk about it. That's the only thing the owner need to do is sign checks and stay out the way. That's it.
yeah. Just like Jed York, man. Lately, he's been paying checks and shutting his mouth up, so that's been a good sign. Like the previous years, he's been known to like talk out of his ass and scare away some other people that want to go there. And since we hired Shanahan, he's kind of like mellowed out and try to like stay away from the business a little bit.
Oh, true.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because
yeah, dude,
and
I like to change my
we
yeah,
we used to deal with the Shanahans.
yeah. You
They
guys
they
have a
they
dis
had some they
yeah,
had some moments. They had some flaws sometimes, but they cool with me though. They cool with me. They I don't know why everybody think Shanahan's so bad. Maybe if the owner stay out the way, then Shanahan's probably would have had a chance to get us to the Super Bowl or something. And they
Yeah,
was right on with Kirk Cousins at the
yeah.
time being.
Based by what they wanted, I think Sanders wanted RG3, and they didn't want RG3. They actually wanted a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who they drafted in the fourth round in case he didn't pan out. So I can see why Shanahan likes these kind of quarterbacks. Like, don't get me wrong, RG3 just he's a good talent, exceptional quarterback, but he can be inaccurate, and you need a quarterback to be more consistent. So I can see where you go with Kirk Cousins because he's actually improved his game a lot over the years, and he's proven that he can be a caliber quarterback that can start for a team in the playoffs. And he got over the
Right.
hump when he did win a playoff game. So yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So Bob Money says I don't want Deshaun Watson. I'd rather draft a different quarterback. See, that's where I might be okay with that situation. Like honestly, if we just draft a quarterback like in the second round, if we can get a guy like Kyle Trash, who I think might slide because of his performance in the bowl game, I think he would be a good choice just in case Jimmy G doesn't pan out. And if he doesn't pan out this coming season, like next year, we can cut our losses, but I don't think he's the problem. I think we can fix the offensive line or just get some cornerback help. That could be the direction.
Yeah. Yeah. They like
I mean,
49. They need that one secret weapon, like a wide receiver, like that one secret weapon, man. That is
yeah,
that offense will be dominating right now. They already got the
ab-
running game.
absolutely. Like, see, we're missing that other go-to receiver. Like, yeah, we got Kittle. He's the game changer, of course, but Debo Samuel, when healthy, he's a big factor on our offense. I mean, Ayuk, he's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, at first, I was like thinking, who the hell's this guy? Because I never heard of him. I've watched. I seen Nikhil Harry played at Arizona State. I didn't hear much about this Ayuk guy, so I started watching him, and I see why they pick him because he fits the offense and he actually can separate more better, and he plays physical after the catch. So that's what makes him more better than Nikhil Harry. And Nikhil Harry hasn't really panned out for the Patriots. So I actually want to CeeDee Lamb because I'm an Oklahoma fan. So of course I want one of my fellow Sooner players, of course, but I thought CeeDee Lamb was a better receiver. Jerry Judy I like because he was a better route runner. Henry Ruggs, he just added a big time speed element to our offense that we would want, because if you add a guy like Henry Ruggs, dude, our offense would be a lot scarier. We would score some big points off of Henry Ruggs, but I can see why the Raiders took him because they need some speed on that offense. So I like the reason why we went with Brandon Ayuk because he can catch, he can separate. He's still got a lot more to improve his game a little bit, but I think he's a sure up and coming receiver. But I wouldn't say he's in that same category as Terry McLaurin because I think Terry McLaurin is going to be one of the best ones out there.
Right. Right. That is true. That's true right there.
Yeah, man, we can relate to what we gone through. I mean, you know what? Last year, there was a time and place where I was just going to step down from the community and get away from all the problems because of what I was going through. I was going through tough times. And, it was a time and place for me to step away. But a lot of people just kept supporting me and kept telling me to come back. And I just didn't want to like put it out what I had a lot going on in my life and it was very difficult. So I learned to stay with the positivity mindset and let it be. Life is too short. A lot of people that you've been close to, it just comes and goes. Like yeah, you may not see them again, but at the same time, their spirits are still around. So that's always been the thing I've been going through. Like quite a while.
Right.
Like last year lost my brother. He died, and it kind of hit me pretty hard. And then my grandpa was gone this year, and then I mean it's like a lot of stuff I haven't been able to catch a break. None of that. Like my aunt passed away, and it's like It's no joke, man. No joke.
I feel
Been
you,
keeping my
man.
head
I
up.
feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah, make
yeah,
sure you
and then
yeah, I pray, bro. You're gonna be
yeah,
alright
and
though,
then you
man.
know what, man? And you know what? And then in 2016, losing my uncle was the biggest loss out of all of them, because if you would have like seen what this guy was, he was a Washington football fan, man. He would talk a lot of shit about my team and be like, "Man, we're gonna beat y'all. We're gonna beat y'all. We're the Redskins. We're gonna beat y'all asses." And I'll be laughing at him and say, "We'll see about that." I never had a problem with the Redskins. I mean, my sister likes the Redskins. Also, I mean, she likes Washington football, but still. Yeah, I got some families
Oh,
that like the
true,
Washington football
true.
too.
No,
My cousin likes them too.
yeah,
Like
ain't,
my
hey,
cousin
man.
Steven likes them. Yeah.
So like when you thought about because at the time being for me, I'm gonna just say this for me when it came down to like doing, when I was doing YouTube, I was like, who is all these other people, like I seen the first people I seen was like the TTC people, like I seen this little group. I seen y'all group, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go over here and see what they talking about. They was talking about um Marsh. Marsh was actually talking about the Cowboys. So
That guy's
I,
he's something
I was
else.
like, yeah. So I went over there. I said, you know what? We gonna beat y'all. He said he said this to me in the chat when I first got over there. He said, you know what? We gonna we gonna be 4-12. Good luck.
Yeah, that guy's something else. I mean, when I first got into the YouTube TTC, he was part like one of the very few followers of mine. Like he followed me because he heard about my name, and I guess I
Yeah.
wasn't quite a big name yet. But once he saw me came out like during the season, like I guess I came during the year we actually made the playoffs, but I was not like I didn't know much about YouTube community at the time. I didn't really watch it. I didn't really knew I can do something like this. So and then my wife was talking about like, oh, you can do stuff like this, and I'm like thinking, I don't know. I'll try. I'll see if I can even get myself somewhere there. I checked it out, watched a lot of TTC videos, watched a lot of Billy Badass and a lot of other people that I kind of admire, and I started watching a lot of other people, and then I first got into a live stream with somebody like A Bomb, who I'm pretty much on a good terms right now because I mean I don't even want to like put it out there, but it's like people got different opinions, and I guess the political kind of opinions kind of rubbed them the wrong way, and it is what it is. But the point is like I was influenced by these guys. I got to check it out, see what they were all about, and I had fun with it. But I wasn't getting personal with everybody like that. I just had a little fun. I was doing a little trolling. I was having a little fun, and I guess I kind of rubbed them the wrong way. So that's what it was. But it's fun until they get personal. That's the only issue. I mean, you can step to your limits, but once they get personal, it's like, damn, it's not even worth your time. Why you gotta waste your energy? Like, you ain't gonna come over here. They ain't gonna come over here, and we ain't gonna go over there. So why are we doing all this yapping? I mean, I don't even want to. I don't even got the energy for that. I got better stuff. I got better stuff to do.
Right. Right. I feel you. I feel you, man. I feel you. And that's why I'm cool. I'm cool with everybody with the TCs. I'm cool with them. I'm not. I don't go against what they doing. And they doing what they have to do. When it comes down to trash talking and everything. Well, I got an uncle. You feel me? That'll talk. That'll talk crazy, and he'll just fit just right in the TTC, man. But but at the end of the day, they doing what's right for them, man. And I just say I'm glad they keep on. I hope they just keep doing their thing. I hope they don't never get cut off YouTube because they old school. You feel me?
Yeah, but the way of today's TTC shit, it's like everything's getting too out of line. So it's like it's fun to a certain limit, but at what cost? I mean, you guys are just trashing one another. It's like it's fun to do it, but can you like learn the limits to not get all the way too personal? Just take a joke and just let it be. I mean, nobody's like not here to start problems, but they make it sound like it's a personal issue and they make it such a big deal. And I don't even look at it as a big deal to me. I kind of think smart ahead of the game. I mean, I learned my mistakes before. My biggest mistake was doing something like that, and I ain't gonna lie, I had to learn the hard way. So my mistake back then was don't ever take shit personal on the internet because it can really get you into a lot of trouble for what you did, and I don't want to live with the same mistakes. Like that one time that guy brought up my dead uncle, I guess I took it a little too personal and went down to the address, and that was my big mistake right there. So I started like thinking twice. I started thinking like I can't do this again. I can't make that same mistake and put a bad example on my wife because my wife doesn't really know much about the reputation I had back then, and I was around the wrong people. I ain't perfect. I've done some stupid shit that I'm not perfect. I can't take everything back what I did. It's just you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. So that's how life is. I was around the bad people and I thought being around them was pretty much keeping me in a popularity way and keeping me in a better crowd, but it just wasn't. It made me look bad. It made me look like a fool for doing some stupid shit. And sometimes you gotta learn from your mistakes to better yourself.
I feel you. I feel you on that. Yeah, because there's some things I just you know I wish I can take back, but I can't repeat those. I can't go back in history and change all that because I wouldn't have made the met the people that I really probably met the people that I really love. You feel me? And respect and cool with. So I wouldn't change one bit of what I did back then. And I
I
feel
mean,
you what you're saying.
yeah, I wouldn't change much of what I am. I mean, I made some mistakes, and I don't think the community wouldn't have noticed what I did. I mean, if it wasn't for that troll job controversial, bro, I don't think anybody would talk about me the most. I mean, I'm still getting talked about to this day. I mean, dude, all they do in this TTC trash talk chat shit, bro, they talk hella shit about me. They talk about how I'm fucking a disgrace or I'm a trash fool, and I'm just laughing, bro. I'm laughing my ass off because I'm like thinking why you guys still worry about me? Why you guys worry about my weight? Why you guys worry about my fucking hair? And I'm just laughing my ass off. They think I'm pissed and I'm not, bro. I'm just like fucking laughing. I'm like, dude, are you guys that obsessed with me? Why you guys gotta go all deep info, bro? It's just fucking funny, bro. I just take a good laugh and just let it be. I tell them life's too short to hate on people, bro. Gotta move on with it. Let it be. I'm not even wasting energy. I had my fun. Sometimes you gotta know when to stop your fun.
I feel you. I feel you, bro. I
Yeah.
feel you.
Like anytime I see somebody do a stream, I even look at the title and my name's just brought into the title and I'm like saying, "Oh my god." So I guess when they come up with the secret title of the name they call me, I'm
I
laughing
know.
my ass off because I'm like thinking, "Bro, you're wasting your hours for me."
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about too. Because when I typed in your name, right, that's all I
Yeah.
see is people, actually just talking about you, and I was like, come on now, there's no sense to talk about nobody. You feel me? I know
Yeah, I did
y'all
one.
never did. Y'all did before too. You know.
Yeah, I did it out of like stupidity. I did it out of controversial. I did it out of something that I wasn't even proud of. So I guess that's something that people just look at. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of people done a lot worse than me. So I'm not the last, and I'm probably not gonna. I mean, I'm not the first or the last. So yeah, anytime you look at the title, you'll see some guys put into that shit, bro. I mean, I look at it, I laugh at it, I say, whatever, bro. It's kind of been like for months. During the off season, they've been shitting on me all constantly, dude. They've been trying to
Yeah,
run
because
me out.
the main one that pop up is what is that? Fitz Vegas, whoever this guy is,
Oh, Fist
Vegas
Vegas
something.
put me on the shooting range, bro. Dude, even with his amount of subscribers, dude, I had like maybe less than like 200 subscribers, and I was able to get under his skin just for that reason. And I like the joke, bro. The mall, the security joke, bro. The best security in the world, Craig. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
because
telling
I
you,
don't
dude. My
even
name's
know
get.
this guy. He came out of nowhere. Who is this? Yeah, I know he a Giants fan now.
Yeah, Fist Vegas, bro. When I first started like with him, when I started like knowing who he was all about, I started like thinking, you know what? I'm gonna target this guy. I want to see what he can say to me. I want to see if he'll take me serious. So once, I mean, I didn't even see it coming. You know, I didn't see the video coming until I've heard about it. And I guess one of my friends on Facebook inboxed me and said, "Hey, Fist Vegas put you on the shooting range." And I'm like thinking, are you kidding me? And then my friend just shows me the link, and I'm like, holy shit. And then he puts the video, I watch it, and it was like 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was like kind of honored by that shit. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, dude, it doesn't bother me. That shit's funny. I mean, you got to admit, being on Fist Vegas' video is kind
True.
of impressive. I mean, if you can get in the firing range, like look at your boy Ed Oliver was on the firing range.
Yeah, I
I
seen
mean,
that one. That's when I first actually noticed that he was doing YouTube like that's when I first actually know okay he was on there. I didn't know he was really on there. I said okay,
yeah,
this dude kind
he
of
was on
know
the
Oh,
firing
me,
range
so
with
but
Juice Alert. Yeah, him and that Juice Alert guy was on the firing range. And then, see, that's how people would recognize my name because under the Fist Vegas shooting range, that's how my name got popped up out there. Before that, I was a nobody. So I guess you can say I was doing something.
shit.
yeah man, he was
What's up,
on
Beltway?
Yeah,
yeah
how's it
man.
going, CJ? Yeah, and I was in JP's
What's up?
stream a little earlier, then it was just getting a little too dramatic because I just wanted to stay out of that.
Yeah, here's Big Simple, man. This is a Washington football fan, bro. You
Oh,
heard of him?
nice. No, I never heard of it.
What's
But
up?
yeah, what's up? I'm Belway. I'm a Ravens fan, so
What's up, man?
I kind of
No, man.
yeah, no, I kind of have a love-hate relation with the Washington Redskins because I cheer for their other teams too. So
Yeah.
I do smell.
Well,
But honestly, I do smell a trap coming with that the Washington Buccaneers game, dude. I think the only thing is that if Washington can get its first possession, they just have to, just keep the possession on their end, really. And you guys have a good enough defensive line to be able to pressure Tom Brady. Honestly, you guys.
They
So
do,
I wouldn't.
man. They do.
I
But,
wouldn't.
you
I wouldn't
know,
be surprised. I would not be surprised if you guys beat them. I think you guys
I
are just
know, man.
peaking at the right time, just like us, right? Just like the Ravens.
Hey, I really want the Ravens to beat the Tennessee though.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
really do, man.
I kind of have I do have a guilty pleasure for you guys too, so don't feel bad.
Yeah,
Guilty
yeah.
pleasure. I mean,
I
it's
mean, I
live. I know this is live, so I shouldn't be saying anything more. But
no, but I mean, I want to believe in the Ravens hype, but it's just those two playoff games. It's just tricky, man. Like, can
I don't
Lamar
know.
Jackson really get it done? I mean, can he get it done, or is he gonna
They
choke
have
again?
to.
I mean,
Well, if they cannot afford to make any mistakes, that's the thing. In the beginning, they're not a catch-up team. That's the thing, right? So
yep, that's
what's
right. Because if
important is
they're
that
down
they
by
have to have a
10,
good
it's
start.
over.
That's important, and they have to just do that for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, because if you're
Honestly,
down by 10 or 11, it's going to be a long game for the Ravens because they got to
it
play
will be.
catch
Yeah,
up, and that's not
they
their
can't do
strength.
that. No, I don't think they've ever caught up. I don't think a Lamar-led Ravens has ever caught up from 10 points. I don't think ever.
I don't think so. Nah.
But my thing with the Redskins here is that
Yeah,
really,
yeah, man.
really Chase Young, Montez Sweat, those guys got to really show up because I
Yeah,
think you
they
guys
got
could
it.
be able to because they do have a good O line, Tampa, but I think you guys could definitely outdo that.
Yeah, because
Honestly, man, just
it's going to be a
follow
tough
the formula
game.
that the Ravens use.
True. That's a true statement right there, man. Because, like, for us to get pressure on Tom Brady, that's going to be the main thing. You know, we got to
Yeah,
get pressure on Tom. There's no it ands or buts about it. We got to get after him.
Easier
yeah,
said than done. I mean, it's just you got to get the pressure on him. That's what happened in the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Like he did struggle with pressure with the Eagles and Giants. So if you can do that, that could be the recipe of success right there for the Washington football. But
yeah.
listen, I mean, Tennessee seems to have Baltimore's number, but and through playoffs, I mean, it seems like it. But it seems like the Ravens got even with the Titans on the regular season. So maybe Baltimore might
Well,
have
not
the
really.
numbers
They
advantage.
lost. They lost that game, so
Well, they did. See, I get mixed up on that shit. But
Yeah, they lost.
so that's gonna be a tough one for Baltimore, man. Like you don't want to play the Titans again, man. It just seems like it. But
well,
then maybe you guys have the lucky charm to escape out of this game.
that's the thing. They have to be able to contain Derrick Henry. That's the important one because we do
Yeah,
have the cornerbacks to be able to cover the receivers, right? We have a good set. They have to keep doing that. All our healthy pieces are coming back at the right time. Again, they just have to follow the formula and that they always use in all their games. Just don't make any mistakes in the beginning of the game.
right.
And Washington has to
Because
follow that same formula too,
yeah, man, we got to
because
run the
you guys are
football, man.
very similar
That,
to us too. Very similar.
yeah, they definitely similar to the Ravens philosophy
Yeah,
because if we don't run the football well, we're gonna be in trouble. And
exactly. And Antonio
that's
Gibson, he's kind of up and coming. So Antonio,
right.
Gibson seems like a more all-purpose back. Like he can catch the
yeah.
ball too. That's an asset right there for the Washington
So
football.
Yeah, we hit on him, man. Gibson was a steal too, man. I said, who is this? They said they ain't had no kind of like they say he was like a wide receiver slash running back. So they put
yeah,
him as a running back. It worked out.
exactly. But damn, I think if Washington had Alex Smith earlier in the season, I think they would definitely have a winning record this season. I think
True.
because Dwayne Haskins wasn't you guys' answer. No, neither was the other quarterbacks, right? So
Right. Because we looking for a quarterback this off season coming up, man.
uh,
And win or lose this game, we need a quarterback. I don't care about nothing else, man. We need a quarterback, man.
because yeah, you guys have your receivers. Terry McLaurin, he's pretty good, and like your offensive line. How was that? I think you guys might need some help in that though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
We like. Let me see where we in. 20. We about 29th or maybe giving up sacks. It don't
Oh
seem
shoot.
like it though, but
Oh,
they
never
had
mind
a
then. Okay,
moment.
okay.
It's a lot.
so it's part of the least amount of giving up sacks. I mean, like Washington football, I think their line is pretty solid. Like that's why Gibson's looking good. I mean, Alex Smith hasn't looked too hurt because that line's not too
Yeah.
bad. I mean,
You just have to keep Tom Brady off the field. I think that's how you guys will
you
win. Keep him.
Got to, man.
I do
We
smell a
have
trap
to
with that
stay.
game. I do smell a trap. And I mean, what
I can see a
else?
If
trend.
we don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
with
if we
what
don't,
Alex
man.
Smith has gone through, and like with I think Ron Rivera, he got cancer, didn't he? So like, it would be kind of Cinderella story if Washington won the Super Bowl. That would probably be.
Man, we won the Super Bowl. I don't know what I do, bro.
I mean, this
I
team
really,
actually being the Cinderella team, and they changed the team name. That's kind of like one of those, what is it called? Those 30 for 30 ESPN that be talked about for 30 plus years. They'd be like, bro, like how the hell do you win how the hell you win a Super Bowl at 7-9, and you change your team name from the offseason, and you go from a coach who got fired from Carolina and is fighting cancer, and then you get a guy who's coming off a career threatening injury where he could have
Yeah,
lost a leg, and you guys win the Super Bowl. That's like one of those
yeah,
stories you would never script in Hollywood. No,
yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be like a movie, man.
like a Disney movie.
Yeah, because I never forget it. Because I would never forget this season. Now, I say, God damn, you remember that? You remember that, man? Shit.
I mean, it
Ain't
could be a
never.
30 for 30 on ESPN for 30 plus years, and everybody will still remember that year. It'd be like, if just imagine if Washington football just won the Super Bowl, it would be like, dude, it's like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. That's gonna be weird, man. Like if that ever happened, I
And it's a
I'd be
COVID year,
shocked.
too. So anything weird can happen. So that's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true about that. That is true because Kansas City. They the right now that's the team that everybody thinking that's gonna go straight to the Super Bowl easily. Everybody know that. You know.
Yeah, I just think that their competition is only Buffalo. I don't see no other team that would concern me. I mean, if Pittsburgh can get their shit together, then I can see maybe, but then Baltimore has to win this playoff game to get me more convincing. So that would be the only way I see Kansas City losing. But I got to be more convinced with Baltimore. So it's like win a playoff game, Baltimore, then I might be more convinced. I'm not a hater
that's
on
fair.
Baltimore. I really like Lamar Jackson. He's a good player, but it's
That's
just
fair.
like I need to be more convinced about you guys winning the
Yeah, no,
playoffs
no,
first.
I feel you. I
no, no. I
feel
don't
you
blame
on
you
that.
guys, but yeah, that's. But I hear the whole sweepstakes about Deshaun Watson, right? So you guys are definitely in the mix because I think you guys need. Because I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo's you guys' answer because he can't stay healthy. And like honestly, the best thing you guys could do because if you have the cap space, you guys should definitely trade for Deshaun Watson.
The only way that works is if we trade Garoppolo or get rid of him, then that frees up cap space and we're off the book right there. We're off the hook
Yeah,
on that
exactly. Yeah,
situation.
no, no,
But
exactly.
so I think if this were to be a case scenario, okay, let's say we do trade with Houston. So
Yeah,
let's give him Jimmy Garoppolo, and if that convinces Josh McDaniels to go to the Texans, then that's what's going to happen. Because Josh McDaniels probably wants his only quarterback he likes, so he probably wouldn't want Deshaun Watson. So he'll probably just say, "Hey, Nick Casario, you know what? I'll take the job if you can get me Jimmy Garoppolo in Houston."
that wouldn't be a bad idea actually at all. But people will be laughing at the Texans for that, though. Just let me know.
Yeah, they would. Just like that trade with Bill O'Brien. I mean,
Ah, that.
DeAndre Hopkins
Yeah,
was too much money, but they still had some good production out of the other
exactly.
receivers.
We could have got a first round out of him.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien was a dummy.
God, could have got a first round,
And
and they could have got themselves a
idiot.
first round. And who was the any other players that they could have got? Okay, I can respect if it was like a first round and what was that running back's name? David Johnson, but really everything else was just like what the heck.
I thought they could have just retained it. I thought they could have just kept Carlos Hyde. kept him cheaper. I mean, why would you want to get David Johnson? You could have just got the first round pick and maybe another draft pick,
Yeah,
and you guys
a
would
first
the
round and a
Texans would have
second,
been
a first round and a second round. I think that's fair. You know?
yeah, that would be a fair trade. And then if they would have just retained Carlos Hyde, I think Houston would have been just fine. What they had, Carlos Hyde was playing consistent football for them that year,
He
and
was,
he
yeah.
was their So I can understand why Stephen Rose was kind of frustrated about that David Johnson move because he didn't really buy into it. He said we should have kept Carlos Hyde, which made a lot of sense.
Yeah, David Johnson for Hawkins was kind of crazy for me. I that dude didn't do nothing the whole season. You ain't hear nothing from him the whole season, really.
That's
Maybe
the
a
thing
couple
about
of
him, though.
touchdowns.
Really is. Really is.
I mean, all they
That was
had under contract was Duke Johnson, so Duke Johnson
Exactly.
wasn't
Yeah.
going to be a bell cow. So I guess if you would have just kept Carlos Hyde, that would have been the more logical choice. But
Would have been. Yeah.
they thought, hey, let's get David Johnson. He could do it all, but he's not the same running back. He's been injury
No.
prone.
that was the crazy thing, man.
Because if you pulled off what Bill O'Brien did on Madden wouldn't even allow that.
Bill O'Brien was a moron.
Right, man.
I'm surprised he
I
hasn't
tried
been
to
hired
see
by
that.
someone as like at least as like a coordinator. I'm surprised, or even
Hard
like
because
some.
of his track record.
But I mean, he does. He has playoff wins in his resume. He comes from a Bill Belichick led system. I'm surprised he doesn't have a job with anyone. That's a little
Maybe
concerning.
college football.
No, not in college football. He could be like was he? I need to know what he did in New England. Was he an offensive or a defensive coordinator? Because he could have been a linebacker. He could have been a position coach.
Offensive coordinator.
Okay, yeah, he could have been like he could have been an offensive position coach at the very least in another team.
Right.
People are just quick to judge off of what someone did in the last minute. I mean, they do have a track record, right? So, again, I don't know.
I mean, Bill O'Brien, he does have an impressive record when it comes to the playoff wins, but he's never went to the conference championship, so that might hold him back. And who wants to take a fire coach,
True. But and again, I think he should have had a position somewhere. Some team could have hired him as some as a
I don't
position.
know
Maybe
what he was smoking that day, though. Shit. I don't know.
Maybe he goes back to New England as a quarterback coach.
Let's think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're getting tired. So why don't you just call it a day, bro? Good, bro, or you want to keep? All right, man. We can do it next time if you want.
Yes, think about it though. Oh shoot.
Yeah. I think Big Simple's getting tired, and I'm probably just gonna call it a day.
Okay, it's all good.
We can talk a little bit. We can talk a little bit about what.
That's all good. Yeah, no worries. Just whatever you guys feel is cool.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one, though, man. It was good speaking to y'all, man.
Yeah, take care.
G-Bug, thank you for letting me be on your channel, man, all day, man.
Oh, no problem, bro. We lit here.
I'll catch y'all later, man.
Take care.
All right, bro. Yeah. So, wait, check out his channel. It's called Big Simple 422.
Yeah, I'll subscribe to him. Yeah, Big Simple, I guess.
Yeah, he's cool. He does it. Yeah, he does his weed thing. His weed.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's kind of funny as hell, huh?
Does he wear anything of the Washington Redskins or?
Yeah, he does. Like Washington football gears. He has his hat, but it's mostly the Redskin logo.
Okay, that's good. They'll always be the Redskins to me, even though.
Again,
don't want to go behind the politics of that, but like most people aren't even offended by it. So like.
Yeah, that's the truth.
It was meant to honor the Native Americans. That's what it was meant for. The logo was designed by a Native American,
And I
saying
think a
this
lot.
is
I
what
think
this is what best represents our culture. We'd be honored to have a team represent us. Yeah,
But in this society, it gets offensive in this culture, so that's
yeah.
probably why they're doing it. But I just never understood. I mean, if this
Oh,
team has been named the Redskins for so many years and close to centuries, why you want
yeah,
to change it? It just doesn't make
exactly.
sense.
I've not even met one person who's genuinely actually offended by the name or the logo, or I've even seen
Yeah.
fellow Native Americans itself even wear it too. So like, what's your point about that?
I mean,
Isn't that one? Isn't that one? What's his name? Dallas Cowboys hater. Isn't he? Isn't he a Native American?
I believe so. And he's
And
a
yeah, and
Washington football.
exactly. And I saw him wearing the Redskins gear. So
Yeah, he still represents the team despite the name change. So that kind of
exactly,
shows you how much. And it doesn't really change the team history. They still got 3 Super Bowls.
they do. Yeah,
So even if you change your name, team name, as long as it's still in the team history.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying that if the Ravens were to change to a different city, they're still going to have the team history of where they won Super
Yeah,
Bowls. So it
that's
wouldn't
what the
matter.
Baltimore Colts did. They still kept the history when they moved to Indianapolis.
Exactly. I mean,
But like in the situation where Art Modell moved them from Cleveland, he kept the history with Cleveland, and he just wanted to start new with Baltimore. That's all.
that's all it was. But
Yeah.
and then after that, Cleveland became an expansion in 1999, and they started
Yeah.
restarting. So that's how it stayed there. But other than
Exactly.
that, I mean, I don't know what's going on with JP situation, but I see a lot of
Oh,
people complain
I
about it.
went in there. Yeah, I went in there, and it was just like they were talking about all this, what's going to happen with America later on, and stuff like that. I don't want
I don't really
to get
follow
into that.
politics, man.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't
Too.
really care.
That's why I don't follow it either. I don't like to talk about it. It's just
Yeah. Anytime I see a friend of mine trying to invite me to a stream with politics, I'm not getting
no,
involved with
me
it, man.
neither. Yeah,
Sorry, man.
me neither.
If it ain't sports or ain't something trash talk
Yeah,
related,
exactly.
I'm not wasting
I
my
agree.
energy.
Actually, I listened in it when they were kind of going at it with Nasdar, and then when they start talking about politics, no, I'm getting out of here. I'm not.
I mean,
Actually,
no stars just doing this thing. I got respect
I
for
got no
everybody. I
problem.
got
I got
respect.
no problem with Nasdar, but it's just that's between them and
Yeah,
whatnot. But then, as long as Nasdar is not like releasing personal information and stuff like that, it's none of my business, right?
What's good, y'all?
And I mean,
what's up, Dash Raider?
Not much. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, doing all right. Just talking sports, and I guess this Deshaun Watson topic is trending, so I guess I'm just going with it.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? I've been hearing a lot of rumors swirling that he might end up being a Niner, possibly, if that's the case. But the Niners
If
might
that's
want to give
it,
up some draft picks and whatnot to get Watson.
yeah, the upside of that move is, yeah, we'll get him for a long term contract out of the original contract. But the thing about it is, we're gonna have to give up some certain players and actually give up multiple draft picks. But
Yeah.
yeah,
the upside is
you're
he's gonna
welcome.
bring a lot to the table than what Jimmy can't. I mean, Jimmy's not a mobile quarterback.
Oh yeah. That's
Watson
why.
can extend.
That's
Yeah,
why and I know the Raiders won't probably do this. I'm probably thinking to myself, he's not even going to get traded as well. That's why I would want him as well, to have a quarterback to compete with Mahomes and now hell, even Herbert now in our division.
yeah. You know what you need to do, Ash Raider? You need to go on that topic with Deshaun Watson, man. I'm pretty sure it's going to trend up for your team. I think your
Oh
team's
yeah.
in that discussion. Yeah.
I think we're close. I just think we need to fix the defensive side of the ball, and I think if we can upgrade at the quarterback position, because some Raider fans like like some Raider fans are like very are like pleased with Carr. For me, it's like, listen, I like Derek Carr, but this is the fact. Like, he's only been taken us to the playoffs once in 7 years. He isn't the guy. He isn't the answer. Like, I like the guy, I really do, but he's not a quarterback like a Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson or an Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, or Drew Brees, Tom Brady, where you can have holes on your team, but you could still get far with those quarterbacks. Derek Carr, isn't he's not a superstar quarterback. You know what I mean? He's a good quarterback. I think he's very solid. I think if he went to a team that had like a good team around him, that team can do well. But as far as the Raiders, we just have a lot of we have too many holes on defense right now. We have some issues on our offensive line, like, and I feel like with Watson, the thing I like about Watson is that this year, I think this year, I, I I think it's the most biggest, like one of the best years Deshaun Watson had, and he had literally nothing on his team in Houston. You know, he had no running game, right? He lost
Nope.
his our receiver number one. He had to deal with a coaching change. He had the one of the worst defenses in the league, and he still balled out. He still threw for almost 5,000 passing yards. Was had a career high at like 33 passing touchdowns, 36
And seven
overall. If you want to add the rushing touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. Yeah, they only won 4 games, but like for the most part, it wasn't Deshaun Watson. He was keeping the Texans close in a lot of games this year, man. And plus, they were in a tough division with the Titans and Colts being in the playoffs this year.
That's a tough one. Yep, and
You
especially with the
guys,
Bill
I'm
O'Brien toxic situation, he got fired, and it does affect the team more. So
Yeah,
Watson did the best he could.
I think the Texans, we'll see what happens, what they do with Watson, but like I think the Texans should have never paid Deshaun Watson. I think they should have just waited. I know that sounds crazy. Like,
That's a bad
I
idea.
couldn't
Yeah,
expect this.
that's kind of
Like,
bad. That's
like
bad
the
on them,
Texans
though.
organization, like year after year, it seems like they're just doing stuff within the organization that makes you think like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, they traded 2 first-round draft picks to get Laramie Tunsil, who, don't get me wrong, is a really good left tackle, but like, you gave us that much draft capital, 2 first-round draft picks to get him. Then when you give up DeAndre Hopkins, I understand if you want to get rid of him, fine, get rid of him. Like if you're not happy with him here, if you think like you can get, because you could have gotten a lot more as far as draft capital and players. Like they got David Johnson, who's only really had one good year. He's been kind of injury prone, been washed and a little bit washed up now. And
Yeah,
you didn't get a first round draft, you got a second round draft pick, and it was obvious that Arizona, despite the fact they missed the playoffs, won that trade. But Arizona did better than the Texans this year. That's for sure.
yeah. I think if the Texans were a lot smarter, they should have just brought back Carlos Hyde for that cheaper contract,
Mhm.
and they would have got a first round pick and maybe a second round pick out of that Hopkins trade. And it would have been a win win for both teams actually, because honestly, the Cardinals got a steal because
They definitely did.
you give away a running back who's been injury prone and hasn't fit this offense lately, and you get a superstar receiver and just give up a second round pick. That's steal. That's a steal right there. That's like robbing off a fucking bank.
And
Come
and
on,
then you go ahead and get you a Brandon Cooks, who, don't get me wrong, he's solid. He's the guy that can get you 1,000 yards every a
in
year.
injury
But at the
prone.
same time, too, he can't stay healthy. He's had like several concussions in his career. I wouldn't be surprised if he like retires like soon, man. I think he should, because like even though he's a really good player and he gives you good productivity, the concussions, man, like and the best ability is availability, and like I've seen a lot of like because I play fantasy football. I used to always get Brandon Cooks because he used to give me good numbers, but the issue was that he couldn't stay healthy, and I would have to bench him because he would never be on the field in some games. So
Yeah, and then Will Fuller, he's finally playing his best football, but he's been
Mhm.
injury prone too. But I think if Houston were to get a real reliable target receiver, I think they would be a competitive team. But the biggest mistake with Houston was they should have communicated with Deshaun Watson and actually try
Right.
to. Because I mean, if they did say something about him approving this situation, then it must be true. But if the front office is backstabbing them from behind and just say hell with it, I'm just gonna hire whoever the hell I want. That's kind of like a slap in the face. Like you don't
you know,
appreciate them.
I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not a fan of players getting final say on the teams making front office decisions unless like you're the cream of the crop, like a Tom Brady with Tampa Bay, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, guys that have, you know, done so much for the franchise. And I get it. Deshaun Watson, he's only been here for about a few years. He's played at a very high level, but has only had won like 1 or 2 playoff games for the Texans, won them like a couple of division titles and whatnot, you know, no Super Bowls and whatnot. But still, like, this is the best quarterback you've had in franchise history. And I understand that you Houston Texans are a very young franchise and whatnot, but you know, if they go on with this, if they do in fact trade Deshaun Watson, I'm gonna just tell you this right now. It's gonna take them a long time to find a quarterback that was on the same level like a Deshaun Watson. They
That
will.
would be true. That would be true because honestly, if they were to draft a quarterback, he's not going to be exactly like Deshaun Watson
No,
right
he
away.
won't be.
And if this guy turns out good, they'd be lucky because it's not a sure thing in the draft. I mean, you could try to draft a guy like Justin Fields, and you would
Mhm.
hope he would be another Deshaun Watson, but I don't think he will be that answer. I don't even think Trey Lance will be that guy either. So you
Yeah.
can go with Zach
Or
Wilson,
Zach
but I don't
Wilson.
think.
Yeah.
But that's if Houston were to go in that direction. Yeah, that would be the smart choice if you do move on with Watson. But it would be a step back. You'll be a
Right.
step back because you don't have a franchise quarterback, and it's going to take you a couple more years to evaluate a rookie quarterback. Because
Right.
their first year, if they break out first year, sophomore year they either get a sophomore slump, and then third year they either elevate themselves or they just fall apart. That's it. That's how you know that's the three steps of those rookie quarterbacks if they're the real deal or not. So
Exactly. Like, what was I going to say? Like with Watson, man, like, I mean, unless, like, because I saw a little bit of what Jagganoff's been. I don't really sub to Jagganoff anymore. Jagganoff and I don't really talk to each other anymore. But, like, I remember one of my buddies who's also a Jags fan as well. He also knows Jagganoff. We're still cool. He sent me a video, and he was just kind of annoyed because Jagganoff was talking about maybe, I guess, discussing maybe getting rid of the number one overall pick, to get Deshaun Watson. And unless the Houston's do that, and it won't happen because, like, the Texans and Jaguars are divisional rivals for one. And two, like, if I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, yeah, I get Deshaun Watson is a proven, like, top 5 elite quarterback in my opinion. But, you're possibly passing up on a guy like Trevor Lawrence who has generational talent. I mean, they're saying that this guy is the most hyped up prospect since John Elway. Do you really want to, move forward with that? Like, do you really want to risk that? Because what if he goes to Houston and he balls out in Houston? And then what if you get Deshaun Watson? And yeah, he'll still play a high level, but then Lawrence is doing things that, the NFL hasn't ever seen, like putting up these crazy numbers and like carrying the Texans, unlike Deshaun Watson, like he did this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if Lawrence turns out to be better than Watson moving forward?
yeah,
So,
like Lawrence can be the kind of guy that carries the team to the Super Bowl, and that would be the guy that people talk about, like John
right,
Elway. Like,
right,
I
right,
mean,
right.
if he's like a generational talent like John Elway, it's too good to pass on. But if
Yeah,
Jaguars are not sure about the quarterback position, if they really just want to move down, they got to get some bidders. And I think the number one pick is more viable because any team who wants a quarterback, they can just move up and get Trevor Lawrence.
yeah, yeah. But if I'm Houston and Jacksonville may have some interest towards Deshaun Watson, I'm saying I want your number one pick. I want to get Trevor Lawrence, and you can have Deshaun Watson. That's what I would do if I'm the Houston GM. That's really if I want to move on from Watson. If I'm the Houston Texans
Oh man.
front
So
office, front management, that's what I would do. That's my
So yeah, this is what I would do if I'm actually the Niners. If I wanted to make a move with Jacksonville, I would try to like, okay, hey, you can take Jimmy G, take the remaining of his contract. We'll
yeah.
give you multiple first round picks, and we'll just take Trevor Lawrence. And I think Trevor Lawrence would probably, I think this would probably be the only guy I probably replace Jimmy G with is Trevor Lawrence. Nobody else. I don't
You
see
wouldn't want
anybody else.
Watson? You wouldn't want Watson?
Not for that mortgage, no. He's
Hmm.
gonna be he's a hefty price, and
I-
I'm just saying out of realistically, I don't think we're gonna move on with Jimmy G. I think maybe we'll draft a
yeah,
quarterback maybe in the second or lower rounds, but I don't think we're gonna get one. I think cornerback will be the answer we're gonna get in the draft or interior offensive line. Interior offensive line will be more important because it doesn't matter who's the quarterback. I mean, Jimmy G can be our starter and our line is still fucking trash. So you got to fix the interior line.
yeah. What happened to Mike McGlinchey this year, man? I heard he had a really down year. I was watching some Niner
He's
games,
all
man. I just see him getting beat a lot.
Dude, I mean, his pass block was so terrible. I can run through the blocks of him. I mean, that guy's
Yeah.
he's just been playing terrible. I mean, that's why we need to keep Trent Williams because Trent Williams
Oh
is
yeah.
more valuable.
Trent Williams, yeah, he definitely, from what I'm hearing from Niner fans, played really well for you guys. But yeah, I don't know what happened with Mike McGlinchey. It's like whenever I'm watching a Niners game, because my dad's a Niner fan, my brother is too. Whenever the Raiders game is not on, or wherever the Raiders and Niners game are on the same time, and the Raiders game is on commercial break, like because sometimes what we would do is that they'll watch on like the other room and whatnot, and I'll just go in the other room and see what's going on in the game, and I see the 49ers play on offense, and then I just see not Nick Mullins, I'm sorry, Mike McGlinchey getting beat a lot. I was just thinking to myself like, dang, wasn't this guy like a first round draft pick for you guys? Wasn't he supposed to be really good? Like, what's
Yeah,
going on?
he's a good run blocker. I don't think he's really good as a pass blocker. Like I've seen the way people were talking about him. They said he could drive and actually be a good run blocker, but as a pass blocker, he's been average. But this year he's actually declined in pass blocking. So I think from the previous years when we did trade away Trent Brown, we went into a downgrade. I think even with Trent Brown with the health issues, I thought he was a better pass blocker. And I still think you guys made a good move out of that guy, but I don't think he's panned out because he can't stay healthy either. So
Right,
that's
and he's also caused some like distractions in the locker room and whatnot. But we'll see moving forward what we do with Trent Brown. I mean, whenever he's on the field, yeah, he plays very well for us. But the issue is he can't stay healthy, and he also is a little bit of a distraction in the locker room. I'm not gonna say it's too bad, but at the same time too, it's not really like something that like helps the team out in a way. But
not.
I would
I
say this
mean,
though, back to Watson, go ahead.
but I mean, Trent Brown's been nothing but an exceptional tackle. It's just
Oh yeah.
him staying healthy was the reason why we let him go, and his weight
Yeah.
problems. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
another thing Raider fans don't like is that he's pretty overweight. Yeah, he's just had some weight issues, and like he would come into camp overweight and whatnot, man, and he can't stay healthy. So
so. Let's get
it
to the
took him more
Watson
than
topic.
it took him more than a month for him to get through COVID too. Like I was getting annoyed. I'm all like, when is he gonna finally get through this COVID process? It's been more than a month. I thought it was supposed to be like 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks for most of these NFL players, but they were saying in the press and the media that it was possible that since they said Trent Brown came into camp overweight, that may have been a factor on why he was sick for longer than expected. But Deshaun Watson, you said?
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about when it comes to Trent Brown. Yeah, dude, this guy he just has really good talent. It's just a
Hmm.
matter of staying healthy and being in better shape. But yeah,
Hmm.
Deshaun Watson. Let's get to the Deshaun Watson situation. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want to take a chance on a guy who demands to run the front office? I mean, this guy kind of thinks he's running the shots here. I mean,
Okay, so I'm not saying I would think I don't know, man, because personally for me, I can understand where he's coming from because at the end of the day, he's he's a guy that has the keys to this franchise. Like the Texans, like wherever the Texans go, wherever Watson goes, the Texans goes. In my opinion, he's just one of those quarterbacks. But and I get it, I went back from what I said from earlier, like unless you're a guy like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, the cream of the crop that's been there for a long time, has been consistent, has won championships, that deep playoff runs. You should have Ohio State, but I get why. I understand why. Maybe they didn't call him or message him to letting them know, oh, hey, this is where we're gonna hire because that's your franchise right there. You should at least give them a call and let them know and tell them you know like or at least think about maybe okay you want to maybe look at Airbnb, all right, that's just me, at least think about or consider what Deshaun is telling you because at the end of the day Deshaun wants to win. It's like you could tell he wants to win.
yeah, and plus,
So
I don't know about the general manager. I don't think he has any. Like, I
I've
don't think he has any.
I've been hearing Patriots fans didn't like him. Like Gabe told me he wasn't that good in New England. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what
It's
happens.
and to be honest, like he seems like those other GMs that came from the Patriots front office that been more like Bill Belichick's lackeys, more likely. I mean,
Yeah.
that he was one of those guys that came into the the GM candidates that people were talking about for quite some time, but just never got moved to the position. I heard he turned down the Niners interview job before, and he turned down a couple other candidates too, a couple other positions like the Colts and other positions. There were some
Right.
teams that were interested of Cicero, whatever his name is,
Right. Yeah.
and he refused to. He refused to take interviews.
Hmm. Yeah. But with Watson, man, like, I mean, to me, I look at this division, with Patrick Mahomes and now maybe Justin Herbert, and again, I like Derek Carr a lot, but I mean, you're not going to compete with Mahomes, and like, I wouldn't be surprised if moving forward Herbert turns out to be a better quarterback than Derek Carr. I mean, already Charger fans have been telling me that, you know. So I want a quarterback that will compete with those two quarterbacks in my division twice a year. Like, okay, you got Watson, well, check it out. I'm sorry, okay, you got Mahomes, kids, well, check it out. We got Deshaun Watson. Okay, you got Travis Kelce. Okay, we got Darren Waller. Okay, you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Okay, we got Josh Jacobs. Okay, you have, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to
Like counter
compete.
weapons, yeah.
Exactly.
Like you want to match with the same thing. I mean, yeah. I
Right.
mean, I
Right.
think
And
with
I
our
noticed the Raiders
division,
have done that the past couple years, like trying to match Kansas City. They get this big tight end and Darren Waller, and I'm not saying he plays like a Travis Kelce, but he's just as productive as Travis Kelce. I mean, maybe we drafted Henry Ruggs because we know that we got to deal with Tyreek Hill twice a year, and in the NFL, you gotta add speed to your offense. Maybe that's why we drafted him over CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson, even though Justin Jefferson was supposed to be a low first round pick, maybe even a second round pick, but now he's looking like a fucking beast. But yeah, man, I don't know.
yeah, like there was grades on Ayuk, man. They say he was likely a second or third round option. Like he was a guy that you would get in the
Yeah,
second or third round, and
yeah,
I thought at the time he was a reach. I thought, man, dude, I don't think we should get him.
yeah.
I
I
wanted,
thought so too, but he did okay for you guys for the most part.
yeah,
I,
I
I
actually
remember he. Yeah, go ahead.
I actually wanted to chase Claypool or T Higgins, bro. Nah,
Yeah, those guys are pretty good too. Yeah.
but Ayuk ain't too bad. I mean, he's proven to be reliable.
Yeah, yeah. And I think next year, because I'm hearing that Gruden's going to try to, get more plays set up for Ruggs and Edwards, and they're going to try to, make Ruggs. They want to see Ruggs run faster, increase his speed, get build up in the offseason. I still got hopes for these guys at the end of the day. I mean, last week Brian Edwards caught a really nice touchdown pass on a 3rd and 15 in the back corner in the end zone. That was actually his first touchdown pass of the year, but that's also because too he's been hurt and he's been like our 4th or 5th option. You know what I mean? Like, so he doesn't really get the ball as much. So. But we'll see, if we can get him more involved in this offense next year, and then if Ruggs can try to, bulk himself up, maybe, increase his speed a little bit, and maybe the game will slow down for him because both these guys are rookies, and it was a really weird offseason, so I'm not gonna pull the plug on these guys just yet. Same thing with Arnett, even though I consider both my first round draft picks, Arnett and Ruggs, a little bit of a reach, but I'm not going to pull a plug on them yet, just yet. Like,
Yeah.
so,
What about that cornerback you guys drafted from La Tech?
oh, him? He didn't really get that much snaps. For the most part, he was just special teams. He didn't even really get that much snaps. But honestly, when I saw him on the field, it was kind of obvious that he wasn't ready. Like he was far from ready. So I kind of hope, like with him too, like next year, hopefully like the off season is like not as weird as it was compared to
Maybe
in
he plays more of your
2020.
nickel.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe we switch him into a nickel. Hey, who knows? Maybe he might be our nickel corner because I don't know what we're gonna do with Lamarcus Joyner. We could save up a lot of cap space too with releasing Lamarcus Joyner as well. So
Yeah,
that's
and
going to
then
be interesting on what we do with that
yeah,
regarding
and
that.
who's that safety from Clemson you guys drafted? Like he seems like he
Um, wait.
Tanner something.
Oh, Tanner Muse, the hybrid safety. Yeah, he was on
Yeah,
IR for most of the year, but we'll
he's
see what
good.
happens with him. I heard he's supposed to be good. I don't know. I can't
I I
judge for
think he
now.
I think he plays both positions, linebacker and safety. From what I'm hearing, he's a
Yeah,
hybrid. So,
and if that's the case, we may not pay Nicholas Morrow, who had a really good year, like a really good year this last year. Like I was saying the last 2 3 years, like he was trash. I was like, why is he still on my team? I want him gone. And then this year he just blows up. Like he was probably arguably our best linebacker this year, you know, next to Corey Littleton and Nick Kwiatkowski. So, but I don't know. I think he's going to test out the market. I'm not sure if we're going to pay him the money that he wants, possibly. And that's another thing I fear with Nelson Aguilar. You know, Nelson Aguilar had career highs in both receiving and touchdown catches, and it was clear and obvious, in my opinion, that he needed a fresh start. And it's crazy too, because like Aguilar was supposed to be like a number 3 or number 4 or number 5 even, you know. But then Tyrell Williams gets hurt. Ruggs still has a hard time, kind of evolving himself in the NFL. Renfro, I mean, Renfro is Renfro, but he's like average, you know what I mean? Like he's good, but like he's not a guy that will I don't know how to explain it. It's just
he's
like
more like your Cole Beasley at this point.
exactly, thank you. But like with with the Aguilar man, he just went off, and I hope that because the thing is, as much as I was happy I was for Nelson Aguilar, because I used to make fun of Nelson Aguilar too, and I was all like, man, if he ever went to my team, I'd fucking like I would not like that move at all. But then actually, when it actually did happen, all my friends hit me up, right? Not all my friends, but like some of my football friends hit me up, and they're all like, "Oh, did you see the tweet I said Nelson Aguilar?" And I just thought about it for a second. I'm all like, you know what? We're gonna draft a wide receiver this year. We already got Hunter Renfro, Darren Waller. Like this is a decent signing for depth, but I didn't expect him to go off like that. So hopefully we could bring him back, man. If not, I mean, this wide receiver free agency class is a big one. So if we don't bring him
Yeah.
back, we can always get one of these wide receivers that are also testing the market too, like an Allen Robinson, a Corey Davis, maybe a Juju Smith-Schuster. Like we'll see.
Or
See what
Kendrick Bourne's
happens.
already testing the market, so he might be
Mhm.
the more intriguing one.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know who we're gonna pick up. I don't know if we're gonna resign him or we're probably gonna go a different direction. Maybe we'll probably just draft a receiver. I think
Mm.
we're too high investment on Jalen Hurd, and this guy can't even stay healthy. So I don't know if he's
Yeah,
worth the investment.
yeah. I
Jaquan,
remember a lot of Niner fans were hyping him up, but he can't stay healthy, unfortunately.
and then Jaquan Jennings is somebody we invested in the 7th round. Maybe we get him a chance to take a
Right.
role. He seems good. I mean, I like his physicality, but can he make the team? We'll see.
Yeah. That's the thing that's back to what you said about Robinson, I think he's also a 7th round pick too. I think he'll be more of a rotational guy next year. I think, whether we keep Jordan or not, we might just sign someone, for cheap that will be our nickel, and then he can learn under Jordan, you know what I mean? So, or he can,
Oh, you're
he can learn, Robinson can learn under him. So,
well. You mean that receiver from the Chiefs, Demarcus Robinson?
no, no, no. I'm talking about like like how you said, like you drafted a wide receiver in the 7th round. I'm saying like for us, like when we were talking about Amik Robinson, the nickel core we got from Louisiana Tech from earlier.
Oh yeah,
Maybe we just because honestly, like I would want the Raiders to cut LaMarcus Joyner in my opinion, unless
just
we
save some cap
somehow,
space.
unless we somehow get Wade Phillips, because obviously he played under Wade Phillips in LA. Then maybe we sign a nickel corner for cheap, and he can learn, and like Robinson can learn under that guy behind
Yeah,
him. So,
that
but
would
we'll see
make the
what
most
happens.
sense.
I'm just hoping that the Raiders, really make the right decision as far as hiring who the next defense coordinator is going to be. Obviously, I
I've
would
heard.
love to have Wade Phillips, but if not, I hope it's someone like Raheem Morris. I know I'm hearing the guys like Gus Bradley and Chris
Yeah,
Richard.
Gus Bradley's been the rumors. Yeah, he's been the
Yeah,
discussion.
I
I
don't
don't
want
know.
him.
I don't think hiring would be smart because he
I don't
doesn't.
think that would be smart. I don't. I wouldn't like it at all. I just, I just
Different.
don't. I think it would be another Paul Gunter move, bro. Like I think the defense won't really change. I think. I think what he runs like a 4-3-2, and he doesn't really blitz this often. It's not going to really change, And I get it. He was very close with Gruden, and I get it. Like besides last year, maybe even in 2019, he had some. He had some really good defenses with the Chargers, but at the same time, too, the Chargers had a lot of talented pieces on that defense. And that was also when Derwin James was healthy, and Derwin James is a game changer.
Yes, he
So
is. I think it depends on the talent. I think Paul Gunther is a good defensive coordinator. Maybe it's just the Raiders just don't have the talent, and I don't think it's his fault. I think it's mostly because of the way you guys have your defense. You don't have the right scheme to make these players fit their role. Like,
maybe it could be a scheme thing too, and that's why I would want us to maybe switch to a 3-4. You know,
yeah, I
uh,
think I think by looking at Paul Gunther's track record, he did pretty good for the Bengals defense. I mean, I don't see any reason why he deserves another chance elsewhere. He probably would do well elsewhere. I
I
mean,
could
I
see him
think
being a defensive assistant for a team because I think people are gonna look at his track record and be like, "Oh my gosh, he was the defensive coordinator for the Raiders," and like they were ranked like almost 30th every year.
oh
Like
no,
they,
no, but look
they
at
never
Ken
got
Norton.
better.
But look at Ken Norton. Wasn't he like your guys' defensive coordinator, and he still got a job in Seattle, even though the track record sucks too?
Yeah, but Seattle's defense, I mean, it's gotten better, but like I've noticed with Seattle's defense, it's really holding the Seahawks back, and I think it's going to cost them in the playoffs. I do, I mean, yeah, they got Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, Bobby Wagner, Carlos Dunlap. They got some pieces, but I
Yeah,
just
it's
don't
just
think that I just don't think they're going to get past guys like Tom Brady, possibly Drew Brees,
or
if
Aaron
he's in
Rodgers.
a game, or yeah, even Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see him. So,
And I think with Seattle, they're not going to be able to play catch up as much because with Green Bay,
yeah.
if you play at Lambeau Field, it's a different ball game. You're done.
Oh yeah, definitely,
But
definitely. Yeah. I got honestly, I saw your prediction that you said that the Chiefs and Packers are to play. I actually have the Chiefs and Saints. I think what's going to happen is that tomorrow the Seahawks and the Bucks will win, and the Saints are going to beat the Bears, right? And so the
mhm.
Saints got to play the Seahawks, and I think the Saints will beat the Seahawks at home, and then the Bucks play the Packers. And remember, earlier in the year, the Bucks blew out the Packers. And I
That's
think
the
I
only
think
team I see
I
beat
think
Green
Tampa
Bay
Bay
this.
will win again, in my opinion, because I just think that you know playoff Brady is just gonna, especially with all those weapons, is going to be too much for Tampa to handle. Like I understand, he's struggled a bit in the regular season, but I just think they were trying to find an identity. Like I think they were just trying, to mesh not Bill O'Brien, Bruce Arians and Tom Brady. You know, I think now, now that they're going on this little winning streak. They're starting to, kind of get used to each other a little bit. And now you see that their offense is like playing at a very high level. I mean, Tom Brady just threw for 40 touchdown passes at the age of 43. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think Tom
impressive.
Brady has another big run in him. But I think they go to New Orleans and lose because I think, in my opinion, I think if when they go to New Orleans, I think Breeze and Brady will play fine. But I think here's the thing: Drew Brees. It's probably gonna be Drew Brees' last year. And I think, the officiating might come into play a little bit for New Orleans, especially considering the fact that this will be a home game for the Saints, and that might come into play. And if the Saints win and they go to the Super Bowl, I really feel like it might be, I'm not saying like scripted or anything, but they might possibly, the NFL might have something up their sleeve towards Breeze in a way. Like they might
Yeah,
script.
but like I said before, like I only see the Packers going because of home field advantage. But the only
True.
team I see like that can beat them is Tampa Bay. If
Right.
Tampa Bay
Right.
plays them, I think it's going to be a different
Because,
game.
in
So
my opinion, if New Orleans plays Tampa Bay, I just don't. If New Orleans plays Green Bay and Green Bay, I don't see New Orleans winning that game. But if they
different
play Tampa
situation.
at home, then New Orleans can definitely win that game because New Orleans has beaten Tampa twice already.
Yeah, but sometimes playing a third time is not always the best thing.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, look
But
at the
I think
look
the
at the
game would be
Cowboys and Giants.
close. Right. I think the game would be close, but I still think the Saints at home. I think all around, like, yeah, Tom Brady may has better weapons, but the team all around, like, who has the better defense, who has the better coaching, who has more of the experience, and I gotta favor that towards New Orleans. That's another thing too, But also that they say to look out because they might just want to rig it for Breeze because it's last year or script it for Breeze. Oh, you know what I
Yeah, rig shit. Who knows? I mean,
mean. We don't know what's
I
going
thought
on behind the scenes.
I thought they would have did it similar for Joe Staley, where he retires on top, but that never was the case.
Yeah. Well, that's also because too they want to try to make fucking Mahomes the new poster boy of the NFL. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs do repeat. Even though in my opinion, the AFC is a tough conference. It's better than the NFC this year. That's for sure. I feel like whoever makes that in the AFC is going to win the Super Bowl, even if the Packers are in the Super Bowl too, because Aaron Rodgers is probably going to win the MVP. In the last 20 years, whoever wins the MVP has not won the Super Bowl. So
Yeah, Rodgers will win, and he'll choke in the Super Bowl.
yeah,
And then
either
the
that
Packers.
or maybe he chokes to Tampa Bay, or maybe someone else in the NFC that we're not thinking of.
I
Like
think
what if it's good?
I think only Tampa Bay would probably be the only team that might beat them. I don't think the
Yeah,
Saints will.
but what if because this happened with Lamar Jackson last year? What if it's a team that we totally don't expect to beat the Ravens? Because we all thought last year maybe the only team that could beat the Ravens in the AFC was the Chiefs, and maybe New England, but that was a bit of a stretch. But the Chiefs, because the Chiefs beat them in the regular season, and they had Patrick Mahomes. That was the only
Okay.
team most people from the media had in their minds. No one thought that Tennessee was going to beat Baltimore and Baltimore. Nobody had
Nope.
that.
Nobody did.
You
I
know
mean, I can think of one in mind because nobody's going to talk about him.
who?
I mean, this may come as a surprise. I mean,
Okay.
like you said, it has to be a team that nobody would expect.
Right.
Well, how
So who?
about I don't want to sound like an idiotic in some way, but what if somehow Washington football beats Tampa Bay and they somehow beat the Packers?
Oh
That would be
man.
like that would be Tennessee shit right there.
I mean that would, but I don't see
I don't
how.
see it. I don't see
No,
it,
I
but
know, I
that's
know.
just what.
I mean, a lot of people are trying to entertain the fact. Like some people have been entertaining me. This like a lot of people have been entertaining me the idea that Washington can actually beat Tampa Bay because of their defense and their defensive line. And I just don't see it, man. I just don't see because in my opinion, if Tampa loses this game, I don't. Tom Brady, in my opinion, is the GOAT, but that would really tarnish his legacy. Like you lose in your first playoff game in the NFC against the team that won 7 games, had a losing record. That would tarnish his legacy. Like if he wins and then say he's got to go to Lambeau next week and he loses, no one's gonna really care at the end of the day. Like besides Tampa
We're
fans,
not.
obviously, or Brady fans, but from an outsider's perspective, like me, all right, he loses to Tampa Bay. He's still got 6 rings. He's still one of the greatest quarterbacks to play in the game. But if he loses to Washington, then that's a big deal because it's like, what the fuck? Like, you lost to Washington?
Yeah, but like the only team that I just think that would be the impossible. Like you don't see coming. Like it's any given game. So I'm
Yeah,
not saying Washington's gonna win, but you never know. I mean,
yeah, you
nobody
never
expected the
know.
Titans. Nobody expected the Tennessee Titans to go all the way to
I
the
didn't expect them to
conference.
go. See, I knew that they were going to beat the Patriots because the second half of the season, like I talked to my boy Gabe, he'll even tell you that the Patriots something was off with the Patriots that year. Maybe it was because the possibility that Tom Brady was leaving, Matt Brady was probably unhappy over there and whatnot. But I picked Tennessee to win that game, but I remember in the Baltimore game, I'm all like, because Gabe, I was just thinking to myself, like he was all like, "I'm gonna pick the Titans to win to beat the Ravens." I'm all like, "Why are you saying that? Like, what's wrong with you, Gabe?" Like, and even my boy Rando was even saying that too, and he's a Jaguars fan. I'm all like, "Don't you hate the Titans? Like, why are you guys saying this? Like, it's not gonna happen." And then when it happened, I was shocked. Like, I couldn't believe that happened. But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, crazy week. I'm just gonna turn the strain on and probably go later, bro. Like tomorrow or the next day, we can figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I might need
Yeah,
to get some sleep too and get ready for these playoff games tomorrow, man. We got football all
yeah.
day for the next 2 days, man. Oh,
Yeah, you're
another
yawning. You're getting tired.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
excited, man. Even though our teams aren't in it, man, it's always fun to watch the NFL playoffs, man. I feel like this is going to be a crazy playoffs, though. Like I really do.
COVID season, yeah. Like I
I
think it
really,
might
and
be
that's
the
another thing
weirdest.
too. There's no home field advantage. There's no true home field advantage. Teams just
No,
gotta
there's not.
travel, and that's it.
Yeah, it
They
seems
have to
like a
deal with
weird
a
year.
little
Like,
bit of crowd noise, but that's it. Like they'll be able to tolerate it for sure. But it's going
yeah,
to be crazy. It is going to be crazy. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of upsets on the horizon. Like, dude, the first game tomorrow before you sign off, the first game tomorrow, right? I have a bet with Gabe, right? Because I wanted to do this bet. If the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, Gabe's got to buy a Bills AFC champion shirt and hat. But he told me if they just lose in the first round, I would have to crow. If they lose in the divisional or conference championship, it won't matter. Like none of us would win the bet, right? But if they lose in the first round, I have to crow to Gabe on my channel. You
damn.
know, because
That's a crazy
he's
bet.
been saying all year that the Bills were gonna go one and done. I'm like, no, Gabe, no. But honestly, like the Colts, that if I'm a Bills fan, that is the last team I would want to see in the first round. Like I would have rather wanted the Dolphins or the Browns. But the Colts, like outside of maybe Phillip Rivers, they got just a good team as the Bills. Like they got a good offensive line. They have a really good running back with Taylor. They got a great defense with Buckner and company. And I think their coach Frank Wright is pretty good as well. Two times he's been to the playoffs the last 3 years, and he's proven that he can win without luck. Like he won 11 games this year with Phillip Rivers, who's on the verge of retirement. So it's going to be interesting what happens tomorrow morning in that first game and all these games, man. I'm looking forward to it, man.
It should be. I mean, it's going to be the more interesting. Who's going to be the team that upset this team that nobody
Right,
expected? Like,
right. It's gonna be fun for sure, man. It will be. I hope at least I get two out of my three picks right because on Saturday because I'm in the Steven Rose pick and playoff. I picked the so it's only for the Saturday games. I picked the who did I pick? So I picked the Bills, then I picked Seattle, and I picked the Bucks for Saturday. So we'll see if I'm right. All I have to do is get 2 out of the 3 games right, and I think it's very likely, but we'll
yeah,
see what happens.
I picked the Bills. I picked Seahawks, and then I picked the Buccaneers. So that
Okay,
should be a
so we have the
win for
same
me.
picks. Yeah, should be. But I'll go ahead and sign off, man. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, for sure, man. Take it
Yeah,
easy, bro.
you too, man.
All right,
All right,
man. Good
bye.
stream, bro.
Yep.
Appreciate it. All right, man. Have a good one.